Some of you might have saw me earlier on Bear and his morning coffee with Bear. And yeah, so I'm back again. This time though, and I don't know, maybe Bear would join me. I don't know. I think I might have gave that my poor Canadian friend. I think sometimes I go too far with the trolling a little bit. I know my wife would agree with that. So um, if he shows up, he shows up. And if he wants to take a break from the madness that is the James gang, I understand that too. I mean, I hope he don't, but you know, poor Shadow. Shadow is like the straightest guy I know that's constantly being accused of being gay. It's kind of funny. But Simon, that is his first name, asked me to do a video about my favorite D6 systems, and I did. But he also asked that would I do a live stream topic about it. So here is the live stream topic about it. As I said in the video, which if you watch, I appreciate it, and if you don't, well, hopefully you'll watch the next one. My favorite D6 system will forever probably be the system used in Traveler. And generally speaking, because it's so easy, you only need 2 dice 6. And the basic rule in Traveler, a lot of people don't even realize, is that no matter what you're doing, unless there's a lot of modifiers to it, like negative modifiers, as long as your character rolls a total of 8 or higher in Traveler, they succeed. That's just the basic thing. Roll 2 dice 6, add your skills and attribute bonus, if any, assuming maybe you're playing, Mongoose Traveler. And if the total is 8 plus, you succeeded pretty much. So it's really easy to run, because you don't have to really look at a bunch of stuff and worry about a bunch of stuff. Now, Powered by the Apocalypse, which is a game he asked specifically about, I only have 2 games that are powered by the Apocalypse, and one I gave away because I just really did not like Dungeon World or Dungeon Land or whatever. But I still own Monster of the Week, and that one's okay. What's up, Agreem? How you doing, homie? I hope you're doing great. Yeah, Monster of the Week, I'm hanging on to that one, not because I think the rule system is particularly great, but because there for a hot second I was thinking it'd kind of be cool, especially when I was down to a small. Yeah, the sunlight is incredible. As a matter of fact, we've got a UV warning out. So it's basically telling you now's a good time to be out and get cancer of the skin. But I got that window up there, man. I hate it, but I need to put a curtain up. That's all. I need to quit being lazy. I've got curtains. I need to put a curtain up. Yeah, but I just have never been a huge fan of Powered by the Apocalypse. So it is what it is. So yeah, Traveler is definitely my go-to D6 game, but of course, Star Wars, West End Games Star Wars, that's going to be on the list too, and it has to be. It just has to be, because it is probably one of the most straightforward, simple D6 systems ever. And how you doing in India? Good weather? I mean, I ask you how you're doing in India, except India is a huge place. And I'm trying to remember if you told me you were from northern India, like, the Punjabi part, or whether I don't know where you're from. So that's like me asking somebody, so how's the weather in Canada? And it's like, well, you are aware Canada is the second largest country on the planet. I mean, it has all the weather all the time, or Russia or something, being like, so how's the weather in Russia? It's like, oh, you're down. So that's in the south, right? Delhi, big city, ancient city, been around forever, like longer than I think anyone actually has history. All right. Well, Delhi what used to, okay, is there a Delhi and then a New Delhi? Because I've heard of New Delhi. I'm not sure I've heard of, Delhi. I don't know, man. I don't know a whole lot about it. RPG Dad, how you doing? What's up? Um, as you can see from the topic, Simon, a viewer, requested I do a video on D6 role playing systems, which I did. New Delhi is the capital. Oh, so it's one big. Okay, I got you. So like Orlando and Kissimmee are technically separate, but in reality they're the same because they're all attached and everything. So yeah, I got you. Um, yeah. So RPG Dad, that was the thing. If you want to have an opinion on it, by all means, throw it in the chat. Maybe Simon will see this. I gave him my opinion, which is, Traveler and West End game Star Wars, obviously the best D6 systems I've ever played. A D6, that's the square dice, the six-sided die. When you're talking game terms, for whatever reason, most people refer to those as like D6s. It's just a shortened way of saying a six-sided die. So if you hear gamers talking and they say D6, D10, D12, D20, whatever, it's just a numbered die with the number of sides that they're describing. And there are games that only use your standard D6, which is the same die you might find in Monopoly, Risk, Sorry, whatever. And one of the people who watched the show, because I always tell people I'll do a custom video. If you ask a question of me about something game relating or whatever, I will make a custom video for you answering your question. Because I mean, it's the least I can do, right? For the people who support what I'm doing over here. Well, the good news is RPG Dad is I think you can still find West End game Star Wars, and if you play any role playing games with your kids, they would probably love it, especially if they're Star Wars fans. And two, if you really just like the system, the company put out three or four different D6 role playing games that are each based on genre. So you've got like D6 sci fi, D6 fantasy, D6 adventure. And I think that might be it. Maybe they got D6 cyberpunk. I don't know. Yeah, Classic Traveler is still, I mean, it's in the name. It's still classic, Like I've got all the 2300 stuff. I would love to run a 2300 game, but I would also run a Classic Traveler game too. I've got the Traveler book. I've got all of the little black books, as we call them. Now, for some reason, somebody told me LBB, that stands for the original D&D books. I never heard that a day in my life. My whole life, LBB was Little Black Book, and it was Traveler, because the original box set came with those tiny little digest black books that just had the line across and said Traveler, like character book, planet book, whatever. So that was very shocking when people were like, "No, man, it's Little Brown Book." I'm like, I know I grew up in a holler in Kentucky, and actually I lived on the mountain, not in the holler, but still, I don't know. I think I'm kind of bullshit on that. I think it's LBB has always been Little Black Book, and somebody's just trying to rewrite history there. But yes, agreeing. I don't know how role playing games are in India. I assume you guys got them. You got everything else, right? I mean, your country's landing shit on the moon and shit, and making actually really good main battle tanks these days. So I assume you got role playing games, right? And yeah, so that's just the simple way of saying a d6 instead of saying a six-sided die. And you have games that are based on different dice. Like one of my favorite games is based on die tens. That would be Vampire the Masquerade. It's based on D10s. But then another game I really like, Middle Earth Role Playing, is also based on D10s, but you roll them and you count them. You count them like you're rolling 100. So if you roll two die tens and the first die is a 9 and the second die is a 5, that's a 95, and they call that a die 100 system, right? But that's all that is. It's just gamers, hyphenating something so that
Yeah.
you just whatever.
Yeah.
You have a PDF of the Star Wars hack. Yeah, I mean, now I know because you're RPG dad that you got some kids, and if they're old enough to want to play role playing games, depending on where they are in life, I mean, Star Wars is a great game. It's an incredibly simple system. Like anyone can pick it up. I mean, like a 6-year-old can pick that up because it's like the DM says, roll your whatever, your Kabujit skill, and get more than 15. So they figure out how many dice they have in Kabujiting, and they roll that many die, and they just add them all together. And if it's 15 or higher, success. Great success. Very lucky. Very good. And so, I mean, it can't get easier than that. It really can't. It's like, and since every skill actually starts out under an attribute, so if you've got a character and he's got like a, I don't know, dex of 3 die, and then you add a die to his blaster skill, 4 die, then he's rolling 4 dice and adding that total together to try and beat whatever the target number is.
Well,
Super easy.
yeah. I'm about to be able to play my the first session of my new White Wolf game. Well, White Wolf
Again,
Fantasy.
yeah,
We had
I
our
thought you guys had started something with that and then
session 0, finishing
did.
up our characters
Well,
last week.
cool, man. Cool.
I got like a diplomat kind of character. Well, diplomat / assassin.
Well, same thing.
I got like really good social skills, and then I got a decently good dagger plus stealth.
Well, it's a lot easier to assassinate people if you can like literally talk your way into
Yeah.
the place. They prefer D&D. Yeah, everyone does. Just came back from the movies. Um, I don't know. What'd you see, Satya? I mean, I haven't been to the movies in like 10 years. I think the last
I never
film I
go.
saw in the theaters was the first 300.
The last one I did was a bomb. It was the second Star Wars sequel the movie.
Oh, you just reminded me. Yeah, the last one I saw was Return. No, it was the sequel where Luke Skywalker's on the alien drinking.
Yeah, that's the
Alien
one. That's the
milk.
same one for me, man.
And I
That
only went to see
trash.
it because a very dear friend of mine said it was awesome.
That was the last thing me and my uncle went to
And trust
watch.
his.
Oh, you're cutting out. We're losing James now. Chainsaw Man movie. Is that an anime? Huh. So yeah, we'll just have to wait for James to get back. But yeah, isn't that the Chainsaw Man an anime? I guess they had a movie that came out on theater or something. Well, Yeah, he's really gone now. Hopefully he'll be back soon. COC. I do not know what that means. Call of Cthulhu. One shot. Great. That's neat. Oh boy. Hopefully James will be back soon. Oh, there he is. Hopefully with a little bit better connection this time.
Well, I hit the refresh, so
Yeah.
yeah, the Cephas system is basically Traveler divorced from Traveler. So it's the Traveler rule system, but CNC one shot went great, by the way. Call of Cthulhu
CNC.
is like the best game ever for like one shots and
Yeah, they do well for
short
that.
campaigns. And I mean, if you're into like weird, creepy shit, like one
It's
of the
definitely not
guys
bad.
on my Discord, he actually did a meme based on the Call of Cthulhu adventure I wrote about living in Kentucky. And it's like, it talks about after your friends have gouged their own eyeballs out because they saw something in a holler, blah, blah, blah. You managed to make it back to your friend's cabin. And it just shows me standing in front of the cabin being like, hey, would you guys like some beans?
Yeah,
Because, of course, I was talking about how much I eat beans.
Hey, you want some beans?
And I'm just like, hey, you want some beans? I saw some of the stuff you posted too, Lath. It was pretty funny.
For the chicken, for us it'd be chickens, the beans. Hey, you want some chicken?
Yeah, well, I mean, we had chicken too, but you know what they say? When a poor man eats a chicken, one of them is sick. So, anyway.
What's the funniest thing I posted?
No, I just seen you made some posts and I liked them. I mean, why you got to question me? Give me a third degree. I mean, I can open up
Yes.
Discord and show them to you, but somebody made a post on Doc's thing, and it shows this guy, and he's like, "It's so cute when girls try to act scary." Blah 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 blah. And then there's a girl, and he's like, "Come on, try to act scary." And the girl hands him like a note with his address on it, his home address. And all of a sudden he looks worried. And I'm sitting here thinking, if that happened to me, I'd smack that bitch right up,
Hey, Bear.
right on the spot. Because it's like, are you trying to threaten me? Like, you know where I live, so now I got to be worried? We'll handle it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't got to wait till later. I mean, you're already here. Plus, the way whoever the cartoonist is drew the woman, she had like big biceps and shit, and the man was like this little Weasley looking dork. And it's just like, whatever. So, in order to get over my angst at seeing that meme, I had to go look at all of my old new guy memes. Because I mean, I don't know if you remember, but the new guy, he likes you, right? No, you don't remember left.
I do not know.
And Bear, I'm glad to see that you are alive and at home and not in the hospital. And
would I be in a hospital?
Go out in the front yard and bang your head against a brick wall or something.
No. Why would I do that? That sounds painful.
But the question that one of the subscribers, I don't even know if he's a subscriber, Simon, was he asked about my favorite D6 system. I made the video, but then he said if I could do a little short live stream on it, that'd be cool too. I've already given my opinion. I don't like Powered by the Apocalypse. I like Traveler, and I like West Endgame Star Wars for D6. And I hate Shadowrun, even though I love the setting. But if I were going to play Shadowrun, I'd probably use D20 Modern and the Urban Arcana.
Sounds like a good mix.
Right, and just ignore all that nonsense Shadowrun's got going on. What's your favorite D6 game, homie?
D6 West End.
I mean, yeah, and I was just talking to RPG Dad because he's got young kids, and I was like, If they like Star Wars, that's a great game because it's so simple.
That's the one I wish I could play. I've only
You
heard
could
the
play it.
story.
You know, every part of it's free for download on PDF right now.
If I had people to play it,
Well, tell your RuneQuest group you're going to run a game.
Right.
I don't play RuneQuest anymore.
Well,
Why would
tell
happen?
whatever group you're playing with that's not Bubba's group, you want to run Star Wars. And see how quick they jump on. They'll jump on, man. People like Star Wars. And it is so easy. It's like, oh, you need a 15 to hit this guy, and you get to roll 5 dice 6. Roll your 5 dice 6, add them up. If it's more than 15, shit. Boom. You know, I mean, it's the easiest D6 game in the world. Roll a number D6, add them together. Did you beat a number? Well, I don't know. Traveler, like I said, Traveler, unless there's a lot of negative mods, roll 2d6, add your bonuses. Is it more than an 8? If the answer is yes, you succeeded. You know, that's really just all there is to it. Shadow.
Hey, Shadow.
I figured Shadow would be taking a break after the reaming he got this morning.
Reaming? That's on his to-do list.
Saturday nights. I guess I could.
Oh, you guess you guess you could just join. Somebody offers to run you a game, and you're like,
well, "Oh, I really wish I could play Star Wars. It'd be so great if I could." Oh, maybe.
Well, I had to think about it, but if it's at night, I could definitely play. If it's it's a weird time because Saturday's one of my other games.
Is Saturday the game that the Brazilian person runs?
Yeah.
That makes sense then, because you're playing early in the morning because they're in Brazil or whatever. Yeah, you can get all the Star Wars PDFs, like first edition, second edition, and everything having to do with it.
Not to mention, we also have like an Australian in that group.
Online. Oh, well, if you got an Aussie in there, I mean, like I said about Dark Age of Camelot, I used to love having the Australians in my guild so that when I would log off for the day, the Australians would be logging on, and it would be like you'd just be like doing pass on. You know, it'd be like the leader of the Australian part of the guild would log on, and I'd be like, "Hey, Cave, so this is what we did today. Watch out at Dumcrinthane because the frickin' Dumcrinthane, because there's been Albions around there. Otherwise, I'll catch you tomorrow morning." And it would be just like that, you know.
Our game
I'd log in the morning, and Cave would be like, "All right, here's what happened." Like, okay, we'll handle it, man.
It's like, yeah, the Aussie, he like, it's like 8 in the morning for him when we start playing.
Yeah. Well, I think Cave lived in the west coast of Australia. I think that's Queensland. Perth, yeah, like Pretoria and all that, maybe. I don't know. It was where all the mining and shit happens on the west coast because he worked for some kind of thing like that. But yeah, and since we played the game literally 8 hours a day at least, because it was all I had to do. I worked and played that game. And Soy Free Warhammer, what's up, Holy Diver? How you doing, brother? And today is Halloween. For you who celebrate Halloween, I hope you have a good time, and I hope that the party you go to, there are like tons of actually hot, slutty nurses there. Or devil girls, because if they're not slutty nurses, they dress up like the devil. And have a great time with that. Me, I keep candy on the table because I don't like to disappoint kids, but I do not observe Halloween at all. Just because. But what reaming was that? I was just joking around about Bear and I this morning on Bear Show, going off on crazy shit. But hello, Shadow. And as usual, your hair is beautiful. I can never have beautiful hair like you, Shadow, because the second it starts getting kind of long, my head gets hot and it has to be shaved off. Like Pedro.
Yeah, my hair sticks up everywhere if I let it grow long.
No, I'm like Pedro in freaking that stupid movie.
No, I'm just saying. For me, it just sticks up everywhere. I just
it's
cut
like
it off.
When he's talking about, and he's like, well, first I was sitting at the house and my head was very hot. So I had some ice water, but my head was still very hot. So I took a cool bath, but my head was still very hot. So I shaved all my hair off. And it's like, that's kind of me. You know? Napoleon Dynamite. That's it.
Yeah, Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah.
Yeah. Pedro.
Vote
So
for
I watched
Pedro.
the first episode of Firen or whatever it is.
Freerin.
Dear God, that's boring.
You thought it's boring? You
Oh
still
my
working, still
fuck, I
driving
was
those big trucks
bored out of
around?
my mind watching it. It's like, Jesus, this is boring.
It is a slow moving show.
Oh, fuck no. And then I started watching Friday. That's a stupid fucking movie.
What?
I didn't laugh once. I got all the way up to after he tells the story about Tiny Lister punching the guy out over the bike. And by that point, and then they go over to his mother's house or something, and she's weird and aggressive. I'm just like, you know what? I can watch this shit for free on World Star Hip Hop.
Oh, yeah. He goes to his mom's house, and his mom's like, go buy me some cigarettes. This ain't enough money. Make it enough.
It was just not funny. It was just annoying.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry, man. No, it's okay. I tried.
Look, you did try. I'll give you that. And who knew that you were a GD cinematography freaking elitist.
No, I just don't like the movie. It doesn't mean I'm an elitist just because I don't like your stupid hood movie. What do you want me to say? I don't find hood humor funny.
Damn.
You don't find what kind of humor funny?
Hood humor.
Oh, dude. Hood humor's the best.
Ratchet ain't funny to me.
I ain't gonna tell anyone else though, Smokey. The crackhead. Yo, everybody, Smokey's over here taking a shit in these weeds. Yeah. Well, I mean, look, again, we're back to tastes. And
yeah, absolutely.
I enjoyed Farron. My wife liked Farron. My wife does not like anime at all. So I thought it was
so boring. Oh my God, that first episode. Here's what we establish. Non-elves die. Cool.
Yeah, hey, but what you missed
here's a little girl you can take with you. Cool.
What you missed is at the funeral, she finally starts crying because
yes,
she
learns
that.
Yes, it was wonderful. It touched me in my heart. It was so brilliant.
Well, sounds like it touched you somewhere and you didn't enjoy it at all. Yeah.
Plus, the voice actress they're using for her in English is terrible. I've heard this chick in other animes, and she's awful. Her voice is not good, especially for a leading character that you got to listen to for the whole show.
I'll tell you what anime you need to watch.
Which one, sir?
I don't know the name of it.
That doesn't help.
Left does.
What?
And it was basically an anime they made in Japan that sucks so hard they sent it to America.
Oh, Ghost Stories?
Ghost Stories. You need to watch Ghost Stories.
Is it that bad, Leth?
Let's just say this. They were told you can do whatever you want with it, just don't change the names. That's about it. Or the way.
And you know what they did? Whatever they wanted with it. Yes. Holy shit.
They took what would be just like the most boring anime series and just made a comedy out of it.
It is like the edgiest, raciest, freaking whatever like anime ever made. I mean, they're making fun of the crippled kid. They're making fun of the black dude. I mean, they're and everybody in there. The voice actor for the black dude is the black dude.
Yeah.
And they are just going nuts because the actors all got together in a room and they're like, all right, you ready? Go. And they just and get crazy about it. And it's pretty hilarious, actually.
Yeah, they actually redubbed it in Japanese with the new line.
Yeah, then it was so popular in America, they redubbed it in Japanese, sent it back. The Japanese are like, oh, shit. But, yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I kind of think, like, Terry Crews might have been in it. I mean, they just got a gaggle of people to be voice actors and just said, yeah. Like just do whatever the hell you want. And they did.
I'm sorry, we can't be together. Not because you're a rabbit, but because you're black.
Yeah. That's the kind of humor.
Yeah.
And
joy. My favorite kind of humor.
Oh, stop being so serious.
No, I don't like that kind of. You are really into offensive, shitting on people humor. Like, I get that from the stuff you recommend and the lines you quote. I get that. You're into troll humor. You're a troll, therefore troll humor works for you. I am bored by it.
Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged.
I like
I
witticisms. I
troll
like
humor.
cleverness. I like thought. You know, it's just the way I am. It's not doesn't mean you're wrong.
Well, you're
it
an
just means it's
intellectual.
not for me.
I'm not
It's
intellectual.
not
I
for
live a lot more down to the ground.
Why must you extrapolate that out of it? That's not what I said.
I was just saying you're smart.
But I'm not.
Okay, fine. You're a dumbass.
I am.
Okay, I agree.
But I just don't find poop humor funny. What do you want me to say?
Look, sometimes poop humor is hilarious. Like in coupling, when the nickname for somebody you break up with and they refuse to go away is unflushable, because they're like that one little turd that refuses to go away. That's kind of funny. I mean, it's poop humor, but it's pretty funny, you know, right? So yeah, I can't be with you, and it's not because you're a rabbit. It's because you're. I mean,
I started watching Cleavites or whatever it's called.
I haven't watched that one.
Awful. It's dumb. Like, what is going on in anime these days? Like all these ones I'm being recommended are like shit.
Well, I mean, if you need a palate cleanser, just go back and rewatch Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, I might actually have to do that just to see something good again, you know?
Or Samurai Champloo.
Oh, I hated that fucking show. Jesus, that show annoyed me.
Okay, Yu Yu Hakusho?
What?
Left. When did you become a little girl?
Yeah, listen, weeb.
Enjoyed ReZero, enjoyed Reincarnation.
You know what I'm gonna watch? You know what I'm gonna watch again? I'm gonna watch
Unwanted Undead Adventurer.
What the fuck is it called? Hang on. Gridman SSS or whatever. I'm gonna watch that again.
You can watch like History of the Lodos War.
Record of Lodos War is annoying because they need a new dub of that fucking thing so badly.
Yeah.
The old dub is so shit. And I'm old now. I don't want to read the movie anymore.
I've seen some terrible dubs.
The one thing I really that turns me off about anime in general is the kind of anime where somebody gets like a really big head and there's like weird squiggly lines coming out of it and they're screaming at the top of their lungs.
Yeah, where they do the chibi stuff.
For freaking no reason. And that shit just annoys me to no end. Like, if that happens once or twice in a show, I'll overlook it just because I know it's part of Japanese culture or something. But if that's like the main thing in the show, I'm like, I'm out. I'm done. Not dealing with this shit, you know? I mean, not yet. Mushoku Tensei. I've heard about that one. I've never watched it.
Yeah, not my thing.
But not your Echo. I was talking about
that dub was not great.
Ghost Hunter, the one that like all the voice actors just decide to see who can out-offend each other.
That was Ghost Stories.
Yeah, Ghost Stories. And Bear, that was what it was. Because if you look into the history of it, yeah, the voice actors were like, they all sat down and decided who could be the most offensive. And they went off. Yeah, Trigun, when they started making Trigun, the chibi parts, I hated that. Because Trigun, the story and everything could have been amazing.
It is.
Actually, it was amazing, but they keep throwing the stupid, and it's like, stop. Just let me enjoy a weird on an alien world space western thing, you know, for a minute. Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist, for the most part, avoided the chibi shit for the most part. So I like.
Never ever watch that fucking anime again. Oh my god!
Brotherhood?
I watched the entire fucking series and I was like, "Well, there's 50 hours of my fucking life I'm never getting back." And then my friends all go, "Oh no, you got to watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood because it's better." I'm like, "Fuck off! I'm not dedicating another year of my life to this shit. Fuck off! No."
I'm with Bear on that one. Done.
No.
Done. I don't want to watch it anymore. I don't want to rewatch
it. Was okay.
Hey.
I liked it okay. It was okay, you know.
Be nice.
It was okay. I liked it.
Well, you liked what?
Full Metal Alchemist is all right. Brotherhood was good. They were both
Eh.
good, but I liked Brotherhood a little better. But
Everyone likes Brotherhood better from what I hear. The problem is I just didn't like it at all.
I
Like,
like
it
Full
was-
Metal Panic.
Oh god,
Full Metal
Panic.
Panic.
that, you just sit around watching hentai.
That's not hentai. What?
I didn't say it was. I just was making an accusation for no reason.
You love Legend of the Overfiend.
I don't even know what that is.
Liar.
You say you don't know what it
You
is. But I
fucking
feel like
I
liar.
have no clue what that is.
You liar. You're such a liar. Why are you going to tell lies all the time?
I'm
What's
not
wrong with
lying.
you?
What is that anyway?
You're such a liar, little bastard.
you know you're looking it up as we speak. You're like,
Because I'm kind of confused.
You're
like, hold on, let me look this shit up.
To be tentacle boy, yeah.
let me put this on my to watch list. That's what you're doing. We know.
Erotic horror. Okay.
Maybe
No,
you're a
thanks.
fan of Wicked City, yeah?
No, I know what Wicked City is, but I never really watched
I've never
that one.
seen Wicked City, but I have seen like Demon City or whatever,
I think it's the same movie. I'm not sure.
or Ghoul City or whatever it
I
was.
don't know what that is.
I've accidentally watched Daughter the Menacine. Ugh.
Accidentally, huh?
I thought it was going to be a detective series. The way they made it sound, I thought, oh, okay, detective series. And
It's going to be a detective series. Oh my god, that's a lot of penises. What are they,
I was more
what are they
terrified of-
detecting? Are they detecting how many penises? I mean, because that's a lot of penises, let me tell you.
They didn't actually show.
Hey,
penises
Shadow,
all
what
the
are you
time.
doing here? Get out of my house. I'm trying to watch penises.
It wasn't penises. It was just torture porn.
Have you watched Peter Grill?
Terrifying. What?
Peter Grill.
No.
That's fun. It's weird, but it's fun. And then there's Godanner. Godanner is the greatest anime ever made.
I haven't even heard of that one.
What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
I'm not even a weeb. What's wrong with you? Oh my god, he heard penises and he was like, I have to get in on this one. There's penises being discussed. What am I doing? I'll only click the link. Oh my god.
Everybody knows the greatest anime of all time is F3.
It's what?
F3.
Oh my god, what is that? Is that like a speed racer thing or what is that?
You could call it that. Yeah, I guess that would work.
Is this some weird gay porn?
It must be, because everybody knows the best anime is actually Berserk.
Oh god,
Golden
no.
Age arc.
What is wrong with you? No.
Yes.
But it's an indie thing. You guys probably never heard of it.
That's fair.
There you go.
Iser Z is the best anime ever made.
You're all forgetting about Garzy's Wing.
Oh my god, the what? With the who now?
Garzy's Wing.
Garzy's Wing? What the fuck is that? Is that like a place where you get chicken wings and they're really good? Like, let's go to Garzy's Wings because they're like the best?
I don't know, just a random.
I like your new accent.
Are you just making up words? Is that what you're doing now? Is that just your thing? You're just gonna like Garzy's Swing. You just look around the room.
I like
Oh
your
my
new
God.
accent,
Look
but
at
I
that.
have one
It's
problem.
Apple Bowl. Oh my god, that's the best anime ever. What the fuck's wrong with you? I don't know.
I have one problem with your new accent.
What's wrong with my new accent?
It's horribly offensive.
No.
To who?
You were complaining
Who is this
about
offensive
you were
to?
complaining about some dude trying to pick you up.
Oh my
You
god.
keep doing that accent. and
You
you're
think
gonna
this
have
is
to
a
worry
gay
about
accent? Oh my
one-
god, you guys have no idea. This is a California accent? Thank you. I'll be at the Jumbo Juice later.
Why does your California accent sound like a gay dude? Like a really
Have
really
you been to
California gay-
California? There's only
Right.
3 accents in all of California. This one, how the fuck you doing, man? What's going on, Bentejo? And I'm the governor. This is the California accent, don't you know? That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you got. 3 accents.
You forgot the Valley accent.
No one knows. No, it's not 1983 anymore. No one talks like that, Moon Unit. Just get over yourself.
She's a valley girl.
Okay, fine. For sure. For sure.
Wasn't that like freaking
Moon
Come on,
Unit Zappa.
Broham.
Dweezil Zappa?
No,
Was that
Dweezil's
Zappa?
the
that
brother.
did that?
Moon Unit is the daughter.
Yeah.
And then she disappeared.
Did she really, or did she just stop being in the spotlight?
Maybe she just got married and decided she was happy being a married woman and didn't need all that because her dad's obviously
That
kind
sounds like some Orthodox Christian fanfic to me, sir.
well, maybe. Now, Dweezil Zappa was
He woke
in
up
The
from his
Running
nap
Man.
and chose violence once again.
He was, in fact, in The Running Man. She's 58 years old. She lives in New York. She has a child named Matilda Plum Doucette. Her spouse is Paul Doucette. They've been married since 2002, but they divorced in 2014.
I gotta go.
2002,
Food's ready.
that's
I'll
still-
see.
He's gotta go.
He
Bye.
might
Take
still
care,
open.
lad.
Bye,
We'll
Timmy.
miss you. You know what he's doing? He's watching Legend of the Overfiend right now. As we speak.
No, he
"Man,
looked
they
up
gave me some
F3.
good ideas. I need to go
I'm
check
sure he
some of
looked up
this shit out."
F3.
The fuck is this?
Brotherhood
Wow.
is like Full Metal Alchemist, but pretty much 99% of people say it's better.
Well, it follows
like
the manga.
So, but if you like the first one, you're gonna like
Oh my
Brotherhood.
god, it's pornographic, this F3. Oh my goodness. Frantic, frustrated, and female. That's what F3, because it's not F3, it's F cubed.
All right, Shadow. You just
Three
remember,
original,
Shadow,
oh my goodness,
you
3 original
chose
movies
this.
were made. This is
no one
crazy.
came to your house. No one kidnapped you. No one made you put on your shit and join this channel. You chose this.
Yep.
You did. But it's good that you're here. We wouldn't have known about this without you.
You're welcome.
You're awesome.
I'm
So Ghost Hunter, guys. That's the one you want to watch. Not with
It's
your
called
kids.
Ghost Stories, and I've not even seen it, and I can remember the fucking
Ghost
title from
Stories.
20 minutes
Don't
ago.
watch it with your kids.
I when you say that, I keep remembering the old 1970s, 80s movie Ghost Stories, which
I
fucked
believe
me up.
that's late 70s, very early 80s. It's like 1980, I think.
Yeah, it kind of messed me up as a kid.
It's got Alice Krieg in it. She went on to play the Borg Queen in First Contact.
And
Really?
I think it was Fred Astaire's last movie.
Well, the Fred Astaire thing's neat, but I'm a little bit more interested in the Borg Queen. Who I always suspected
She was hot.
probably
She was
in
hot.
real life really hot. I could be wrong though, but I always kind of thought she probably was.
No, she in that movie. If it's the same woman, she was smoking.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I bet you that Borg Queen, as disgusting as she looks in
Generations.
in the show, is probably actually a very attractive woman, which is the opposite with Enterprise. That that Vulcan that everyone was like, oh my god, she's so hot. You see her in real life, oh my god, she's horrible.
Talking about Jolene Blalock?
Whatever the hell her name is, she looks like, I don't know, a Greyhound or something.
The one from
I'm not a
Enterprise?
Vulcan.
Huh?
Are you talking about the one from Enterprise? The one from
Yes.
Voyager?
The one from Enterprise.
Yeah, that's Jolene Blalock or whatever her name is.
Yeah, I
She's
thought
alright.
she was pretty hot.
Yeah, you would, because you have zero taste from what we've established.
Yeah, maybe she was hot as a Vulcan because she's playing your alien fantasies. But if you see just a picture of her, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah. Whatever
is
makeup
that?
they use to get that this particular shade of mocha is. Yeah.
It's funny. You said that Scarlett Johansson was mid because she looked like every other woman. Jolene Blalock, I can't even say her name, looks like every other bitch today. She looks like she's like a fucking Kardashian cousin. Kardashian.
I've only really seen her in Enterprise.
Yeah. So you don't know.
That's why. Whereas Jerry Ryan, who played 7 of 9, she's got a weird hot. Her face is very mid, but she presents very well. It's all personality.
Yeah.
How long can I do this voice
Tune
for
in and
before I
barely-
annoy the fuck out of myself? I mean,
Who said
really.
Batman has superpowers.
You're probably about that close from the sound of it.
I don't know. I mean, just it's sort of cute, but
I'm pretty
a
sure Bear
little-
didn't say Superman or Batman had superpowers.
I never said that. I don't know what he's talking about. Dean Powell, listen, English isn't your first language, clearly.
That's true. He does live in Denmark.
Hey, Cal, I didn't see you there.
Yep, I feel kidnapped.
Does my voice worry you, Cal? What's going on?
Batman was a huge disappointment to the God Emperor of Mankind because of all of the people in the Justice League. He was the only human, and the Emperor was like, "You're an actual human. Why are you hanging out with these metahuman scumbags?" You know. But Batman was like, "I don't trust you." I mean, in the end, the Emperor got his way. Let's be honest. He is going to. No one can stop that. But, you know. And if you don't know what I mean, I sent a copy of it to Bear, but there's some like hour-long stories where the Emperor of Mankind shows up in these different comic book universes. Like in the DC one, Superman takes a run at him and the Emperor just grabs him around his neck and just thrashes him around, throws him through a fucking building, tells him to get the fuck on with himself. Actually, he doesn't ever curse because it's the Emperor. And then he explains to him that he's over 40,000 years old and, you know, that they're all full of shit. Pretty much. Like when he shows up in the Marvel universe, he appears at the Vatican, and because he hadn't adjusted his power level down, when he speaks, it literally causes people to start bleeding out of their nose and ears, like within like a mile. So then he has to tone his power level down a little bit so he can, you know, talk to people without killing them. So yeah, Bear just skated out because he's like, oh my God. But see, I would have thought this would have been the perfect thing. It's something I love, which is, you know, superhero type shit and the Emperor of Mankind. And it's something Bear loves, which is superhero shit.
Yes, but when you talk about it and it's so evidently wrong, I don't know what to tell you.
Look.
I mean, listen, first of all, number one, Batman would have had a plan to defeat the Emperor of Mankind because Batman always has a plan.
Right.
Secondly, Superman moves planets. Okay? Actual fucking planets with his hands.
Yeah.
You think some bitch is going to grab him around the throat and just trash him? Oh my God, please. This is clearly written by some Warhammer weeb who's totally just got a hard-on for the Emperor. That's all it is.
Well, there's two problems with what you said. And one of them is the Emperor can see the future. So he would know any plan Batman would ever make before Batman actually made it.
Except Batman.
And two, he is a literal god.
So
and
is Superman.
Thor, I'm an Asgardian. Look at me. No, I mean like a literal deity.
Jesus Christ. It's all bullshit ripped out from Dune. Why do you fucking like this? This is what I will never understand of you guys.
Why don't you like
Dune,
this?
You like all these other things, and then you like Warhammer. It's like the most ripped off
like
shit
Warhammer?
in the history of shit.
It's the best.
No, it's not.
The Emperor of Mankind, Sanguinius, who's actually Saint Michael. I mean, it's awesome. Horus, who's actually Lucifer. I mean, it's awesome. It's basically the Bible, except in sci-fi.
With guns. Big guns.
With guns.
Lots
Yeah.
of guns.
Yeah, lots of guns.
Poor Bear.
I mean, my question really seriously is to Bear, how can you not like that?
Because it's fucking lame.
What's lame about it?
Lame. It's
How?
ripped off from everywhere. It's not original in the fucking slightest.
Well, okay, I'm fine with that.
And then Warhammer's the tits to go out and try and sue people?
I'm not happy with that. Okay, first off, I hate Games Workshop. I just really like Warhammer. You know what I mean?
I found your F3. It just looks like lesbian porn.
You found my nth degree?
F3, Shadow's favorite anime. It just looks like lesbian porn.
It's not. It's actually degenerate, you know, ninth level degeneracy. I just tried to troll people to see how many people would go look it up.
Oh, see, I was hoping you were saying nth degree because that's a band, I think, or the song of a band, and I really like that band. And the song is, I think, To the Nth Degree, and it's super catchy. I think the name of the band is Morningwood. I'm not even kidding. I think they're a band out in New York, I believe, named Morningwood. and their number one hit song was "To the Nth Degree." It kind of got like this chubby little Jewish girl as the lead singer. It's kind of amazing, really. Oh, here we go. Crank up the radio. Come on, everybody. To the nth degree. Right?
Never heard it. I turned the radio off in 1989 and didn't turn it back on.
I turned the radio off, I turned the radio on, and some fella was singing my song. You are Lisa Loeb, you fucking old hipster.
Lisa Loeb, man. Now that's
You say you never heard of
time.
the song or this movie that I like or this book that I read. And I say you've probably never heard of it because it's something really obscure from California.
You made me feel like Obi-Wan because I'm like,
He did
that's
this
the
to you.
name I haven't heard in a long time.
By the way, Shadow, I'm this retarded because of him right now.
Bear's been kidnapped. Oh, you never said Bear said that. Okay, Dean. Sorry. My bad.
Well, then who said it? Dean Powell?
Bear
Who
did
said
say
it?
that Mother's Milk in the comic book did have a little bit of superpowers, though.
They all do. In the comic book, they all take Compound V and they all have super strength. It's the only way they can fight these fuckers.
Right.
Otherwise, they would die.
Oh, here we go. Turn on the radio. Come on.
Oh, it's magic. You
I love that song.
Not Leo Sayer.
See, look at that.
I have no idea who that is, to be honest.
That's because you're lame. That's William Bill Butcher. He uses his crowbar to beat the shit out of superheroes while taking a drug that makes him superpowered too.
Gotcha.
And then eventually gives him like the biggest, evilest tumor ever.
I did finish my hold on. My female creature from the Black Lagoon miniature I got from Bombshell Minis.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I don't understand?
Why does it do that? That's weird.
I don't understand why a
Interviewing
creature
relationships?
that's mostly fish would have tits. It's not like she's breastfeeding her spawnlings.
It's Bombshell Miniatures. They make a lot of pinup girl type miniatures.
Oh,
They
I
make-
get it. It's kind of like how in D&D, Dragonkin all have big tits, the females. It's like they lay eggs. What's going on here?
Well, how did Ron White put it? She could be 80 years old and ask if you want to see her tits. And of course, you're going to say yes.
Yeah, that is pretty true, though.
Ozempic, you know.
I was watching the Bigfoot thing, and like Bigfoot's best friend is called Downsy because he's a kid with Down syndrome, and Downsy convinced Bigfoot to take Ozempic, and you just see Bigfoot run through the woods, and his skin is hanging off of his skeleton like just hanging, right? And he's like, when I find out, I'm gonna whip his little head. Because Bigfoot weighs like 90 pounds now.
And 45 of its hair.
Yeah, it's just skin flaps and hair, and he's running through the. I love those Bigfoot AI things. They are the best. Now, Bear wouldn't like them.
I've watched them. They're actually funny. They put me on Ozempic a couple years back, and it made me fucking sick.
Well,
I
it
was
does
sick.
have the side
And
effect
for
of
something that's supposed to,
paralyzing
it's supposed, something
your
that's supposed, well, it's supposed to fucking curb your hunger. It made me hungry.
Well, it's kind of like when they say this drug will help with depression, but it may cause suicide.
Exactly.
It's like, wait, what?
Don't you have to
I
go
mean-
through the depression to get to the suicide?
It's
Just
like,
asking for a friend.
I'm already sad, but now you want me to kill myself? Are you Canadian? What's going on here?
Yeah, it's like there was one I saw one time. It was for social anxiety, and then they listed their fucking side effects, and it included involuntary anal release. which
So
means
shitting
as opposed to saying shitting yourself, right? So then they show the girl all smiling and happy at a party, and then one of the things was also suicidal. I'm like, wow, I'm wearing adult diapers. I want to kill myself, but hey, I made it to the birthday party. Thank you, drug. Like, what the fuck, man?
I 100%
Well,
agree.
what was it? Oh, I think it was Olestra. That was the one that caused anal leakage.
Anal
Yeah, that was the
leakage.
oil they thought they could fry potato chips in.
It's like, holy crap! That
But its side effect is that you would just leak the oil out of your ass because it wasn't digestible at all. Just
You know, if your country put as much fucking effort into making healthy food and good food choices as they do into finding pills to shove down your throat to keep eating shit, you guys would be like the god emperors. You'd be fucking just this race of majestic Grecian gods running around the planet, flexing and fucking as you went, as opposed to the fattest
we'd be
people on planet
Canadian.
Earth. No,
We'd
we
be
have shit here
Canadian.
too, dude. They medicate the fuck out of us here too. Trust
Yeah,
me.
but like I said, Alabama has already outlawed a bunch of the food coloring, so they're going to have to get
Good.
their Fruit Loops made in Canada. Because apparently
Nice.
Canadian Fruit Loops are all
Real juice.
colored and flavored with blueberry
it's a crazy
juice,
thought I just had.
which is
How about
actually
you-
good
how
for
about
you.
eat some real
I can't hear both of you at the same time, Shadow.
Go, Shadow.
Hey, here's a crazy thought. How about eat some real food instead of fucking Fruit Loops?
What did I just say?
Fruit Loops can be real food if you
I
get it
literally
from a
said
place
if
that
you
sells
put as
real
much
food.
fucking energy into making good, healthy food and solid choices as you did into creating chemicals to shove in people's bodies to eat the cheap garbage you're trying to shove down their throats. Who has the lowest heart attack rate in the world?
The
Oh, sorry,
Japanese.
first world nations. First world nations.
Japanese?
The French.
Really? Well, yeah,
look
all
at
that
their-
olive
and
oil
look-
and wine.
Look at their diet. Creams, cheeses, all the shit that the FDA tells you is bad for your heart, right?
Yeah.
Difference is they eat whole, real foods as opposed to processed horse shit.
Well, plus all that red wine.
Second best diet for people to live a long time is the Mediterranean diet, right?
Yep. The Greeks.
Greeks, Italians, Southern Spaniards, Northern Africans, they all have
you'll be a
low heart
fat,
attack
hairy
with heart disease
bastard, but
rates.
you'll live forever.
Yeah, and you won't die of a heart attack, high chance. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Whole
but
food.
that whole living forever, that's not really a plus right now, is it?
You would know.
Well, you would know.
Yeah,
Touche, my good man.
with the way things are going. I'm checking out Tuesday.
Well, come to Canada. We'll take care of it for you.
The way things are going, how are they going, Shadow? Because it seems exactly the same today as it was yesterday.
Well, you live in the great state of Florida.
And everything really feels like Sunday.
That's nice. That's
Every
nice.
day
I
is like
live in the
Sunday.
communist utopia of Califuckistan.
Not that
The
I
People's
expect Bear
Republic
to
of
get that
California
reference,
stands,
but,
sir.
you know. If any of you guys in the chat get the reference, every day is like Sunday, feel free.
I don't even get that one.
The Smiths. Every day is
No.
like Sunday. Bam, bam.
No.
Every day is cloudy and gray. In a coastal town that they forgot.
No,
to
there's
shut
only one thing I
down.
can say to that. You want to know what it is?
Come Armageddon. What's that?
Mr. Crowley.
Down and down.
What was that song you were singing?
James,
James, what was that song?
I was singing a
Every Day's
Smith
Like
song.
Sunday.
Every day's like Sunday.
It sounds unfamiliar, and like most people wouldn't have heard it. I must
No.
add
It
catalog
reminded
to
me of
Shadow.
another song that I think is also by the Smiths. Of course, I've heard of them. Come on.
Girlfriend in a coma. I know.
It's serious. Morrissey's the best, dude.
Do you
Yeah,
really
yeah.
think you'll pull through?
I love when they invited Morrissey to like a show to sing a song, but then they told him he had to lip sync, so he just didn't even bother. He's just standing out there waving flowers around, and just because he's just like, whatever.
Yes.
Pretty girls make graves.
and I want to be loved.
That's
Just
like the
like,
most popular
everybody
one.
else
Yeah.
does.
That's the one everyone knows.
You'd be surprised how few people know anything by Morrissey or the Smiths.
Well, yeah, they've all died.
Exactly.
I think Morrissey's still alive.
No, I
No,
meant
no,
us.
the people that love them.
That's our generation, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God! Just let the fucking joke exist, James. Jesus. Must he
Okay,
be a
sorry.
spurg about it? Must he be like, Mister? You call me fucking pedantic, and you do that? Oh my
You're the
God!
pedantic.
You
Also,
are
the French
sir.
cheese doesn't
You are
use
Saint James the
GMO.
Pedantic of the Orthodoxy, sir.
Yes, sir.
First of his name under the line of Royal Imperial Space Marines.
Yes.
Yes, all of these things sound amazing, and I will own them. Thank you.
Yes. I am saying yes to all of these things. Yes,
Hey,
that's
yes,
what
to
we mean,
Alestra.
Dean Pal. It's like in Europe, they don't poison the food. In
No,
America,
they're
they
too busy
poison
avoiding
the
knife.
food because a lot of the food companies were owned or are owned by the tobacco companies.
So basically, everything I said 5 minutes ago is coming back around again. Fascinating.
It's not fascinating. I'm just saying what you said because you were absolutely right.
Oh my God! Does it hurt to admit that? Did you
No,
feel a pain in your heart?
no.
He admitted to being wrong earlier, and I think he did so also on your show.
Yeah, try new
Wow.
floor.
So like what? James gave up
side
being pedantic,
effects.
and you shadow decided, clearly the chalice of pedanticy must be taken up immediately.
Crafting gamer. Side effects: itchy, watery eyes, low hanging balls, pancreas itching,
Itchy eyeball. Wow.
rattling hair loss. I don't even know what the fuck. Butt leakage, toenail curling, etc. Yeah.
But thanks to Floraflor, I'm able to attend my niece's recital.
RPG Dad for the Emporium, James.
For the Emporium.
Okay.
Coddle has competition.
No, he
I would
doesn't.
like to say, as an
Connell
astrologist,
don't
I
have
often keep my Astronomicon in the Emporium. So I think that all works out.
Yeah, I think he meant that though to make that statement, Emporium, not Imperium. I don't think that's like a mistake.
I think he used autocorrect and got that.
Nah, I got way more faith in RPG Dad than that.
Which is it, Flynn? Tell us the truth, Flynn. Don't lie. Jesus and the saints are watching, Flynn.
Yep.
You got to bring Jesus into this. Come on, he's taking the day off.
You don't want to make the Blessed Mother cry because you're lying.
Don't make the Virgin Mary cry.
Well, I mean, you know.
In the humble words of the Virgin Mary. Come again? No, it's the quiet words.
I remember that was in a movie.
Snatch.
Yeah, I love that movie. So what you're saying is we went to the Pikeys to buy a caravan, and now we owe them a caravan. Look, it's so funny. It's like, and Brad Pitt and Bice. She's very partial to Periwinkle Blue.
Partial to Periwinkle Blue.
It's like, what?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It was an autocorrect. There it is. It was an autocorrect.
Okay.
I fucking win.
You win, but then I win because RPG Dad's with me for the Imperium.
No, he's with you for the Emporium. He really wants to get some designer sheets.
Well, I mean, they do have good deals on that stuff.
Oh my God, 40K collector sheets at the Emporium. Half price.
I've never
they're made
seen
from the
40K
flesh of my
collector
victims.
But I've seen blankets with like the big Imperial Aquila two-headed eagle and stuff like that. That's kind of
those are probably leftover Prussian stuff that you just got confused by.
That could be true too, but you know, I would never be allowed to have them though because
Speaking of other shit that Warhammer steals, they rob from the Kaiser. I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, the double-headed eagle.
He's not using it, so I mean,
that's Poland, that's Russia, tons of countries use the double-headed eagle.
Yeah, but are they going to get sued by fucking Games Workshop for copyright infringement?
No.
Like they do?
Like the Byzantine flag that I have, it has the double-headed eagle on it.
Well aware.
Yeah. But then again, like I keep saying, though, the 40K universe is just kind of a ripoff of the Bible. So,
and
makes sense.
Doom
And Dune and everything else. Yes.
and Star Trek and Star Wars and D&D and
Gamza put out a video the other day saying that if a 40K battleship tried to go to war with the Enterprise would wreck it. In like
yes, it would.
And I was like, okay, all right. I mean,
Like something people often forget is that the Enterprise's shields block lasers.
Well, Imperial battleships shoot macro cannons, but the point is the
Physical
Enterprise
items.
can travel so much faster than the Imperial ship that it's like, I mean, when the Enterprise is in normal space, it's traveling so fast that it's like the Imperial ship could never hit it,
Well, and also the shields would automatically deflect the physical items.
And the photon torpedoes would probably go right through a void shield and crack the Imperial shield in half.
Once
That's
again,
his theory
Star Trek
anyway.
wins. Yay!
That's his theory anyway.
I agree with him 100,000,000%.
Yeah, I remember that, Dean Powell. And it didn't work. And then they tried to copyright Pauldron and they got laughed out of court. But then they did a cease and desist on Arch Warhammer. So he had to change his channel name to Arch not because they copyrighted Warhammer because they can't, but because they could have drug him through court and cost him all of his money. And it was just easier to drop Warhammer than try to fight a multi-million-dollar company, if not billion. I don't know.
They're going to run into the one person who's willing to fight them one day, and they're going to be bankrupt when it's done. Because it's going to be someone like Disney level. That's just like, we've got nothing but money to spend on lawyers.
Well, they went after this Italian guy who does like 3D STL things. And instead of buckling under and being like, okay, I'm sorry. No, he's countersuing. And they went after Gamza over his STLs that he sells. And he countersued. And they dropped that shit quick. Because according to Gamza, Commissar Gamza, to some of you, all you really got to do is if they accuse you of copying like Space Marine or something, is countersue the shit out of them. And they'll drop it because then they realize they can't win that. So, it is what it is.
So they like nuisance lawsuits is what you're saying.
They literally, Games Workshop is such a scumbag company. They literally hired people whose only job is to troll through the internet. And I don't mean troll. I mean troll like fishing. Looking for anything that they consider could even remotely be an IP infringement so that they can send them cease and desist. They have a whole group of people that's their job. And it's like, how much do you have to hate yourself to take that job? It's like,
I'm back. I don't know what happened.
Me neither. But I'm like, you really got to hate yourself to take that job. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
It's like I'm the guy whose whole job is to try to F with other gamers who are just trying to have a fun time.
See, this is fun. I'm having fun doing this. This is
the
fun.
Enterprise is not taking down an orc attack moon. I bet it probably could.
Bet you could.
If it dropped enough photon torpedoes on that bitch, that'd be the end of that attack moon.
So the Enterprise can shoot phasers planet-side at wide-angle dispersal, high-intensity stun, and take out an entire city.
Yeah, we've seen it happen with the gangsters.
One shot.
And even though Kirk never said photon torpedoes widespread, they still could do that, though. I mean, here's the thing they could do. Kirk gets credit for it, even though he never actually did it, but he could do it. Hello, friend. How are you?
Hello.
I'm smoking on Halloween. By the way, you said you took your kids out trick-or-treating last night. Does your town have like Halloween on a different night or something, or do you just show up at people's houses, trick or treat? What? That's tomorrow. Give me some fucking candy, or I'm TPing your car.
Yeah. Well, no, it's the football is still going on here, so
Are you in Texas?
No, I'm not in Texas.
You're in Illinois, right?
No.
Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah,
Fuck
whatever. Fuck, you're somewhere where there's way more corn than there is people. That's all I knew.
Pretty much.
Indiana, the only state as bad as Ohio. Yeah, unless you live in Kentucky, Anna, then that's all right.
Wow.
Wow. Thanks.
Wow. Okay,
Sorry.
wow.
I'm close enough to Michigan. There's at least weed there.
Yeah, but then you're in Michigan.
We're
So
about
you
50
need weed
minutes.
at that point. You kind of need it just to exist there.
Yeah. Yes, it was autocorrect. You are correct, Bear.
I know.
Well, then,
I know
hey.
my autocorrects.
Then I love it. For the Emperor, right? For the Imperium. That's right. The Emperor protects Bear.
How about
Even against people doing
That's the
like,
Emporium.
even against people doing flaunty California accents.
So did you say the Emperor protects or the Emporia protects?
You know what I said.
He protects prices with a great discount. In fact, if you find this item at any other Emporium for less, bring us the item. We'll match that price. For the Emporium,
We will slash these prices with orc's blood.
we'll use Orc's blood. And
You know,
we'll
I have to
use...
admit, though, that wouldn't be a bad idea for a store, really. If
What's
Games
that?
Workshop wouldn't sue you, just call it the Emporium, but then use a bunch of like GW-related like iconography all over the fucking place. And then put like for the Emporium across the front. That would be pretty awesome, really. I might have to do that in like a cyberpunk game or something.
That's nice.
We're heading down to the Emporium to pick up some pauldrons and warhammers. Scotty trying to talk gangster. Yeah. Concrete galoshes. Yeah, Scotty. Yeah. The funniest part is, for the most part, is just a bunch of Canadians hanging out on set pretending to be on a starship.
That's very accurate.
You know, just being like, all right. Yeah.
Stop flaunting that hair.
I can't help it. Nervous tick, I guess. I hate anything on my ears, but yet I refuse to get a haircut.
Yeah, what happened to Canada? You guys used to make awesome TV shows, man. Better than anything we made.
And that's not true.
Okay, you had Forever Night.
That was not a good show. I
Not
don't know why
helping the argument.
I don't know how that wins.
Yeah, that's not like
You didn't like Forever Night?
award-winning show.
We did.
Dude,
It's just a
the
garbage show. What are you
sidekick's last
talking
name was Skanky. Dear God.
Well, he's Greek. His last name was Skank. All right, whatever.
Yeah, at the time that phrase was coming out of
And it had the
everybody's
one
mouth.
blonde-haired dude that had been on Lex. Yeah, I like that guy. He played Lacroix, and he like was in Montreal somewhere, and he had like a midnight goth station he ran. He's a DJ. No, you guys didn't like that.
I don't.
It was okay. It was on Sci-Fi, and I think something better was on afterwards, so I just let it roll.
Did you not like Farscape?
I never saw it. I know.
What I watched of it, I liked it, but I didn't watch it all.
Okay, you didn't like the first 5 seasons of Supernatural?
That's not a Canadian
It
show.
was filmed in Canada.
Doesn't make it a Canadian show.
Okay, so you're saying, Bear, you don't like Red Green then?
No, I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
Damn. Red Green had words to live by.
Yeah, for Americans.
I think I saw one episode of it. It was just like, there's no.
If you can't be handsome, be handy.
Sure.
That's a great. That's great. You should tell Jackie that. That is some great fatherly.
Yeah, but
advice.
he takes after his father, so he's already handsome. So
Yeah. Wow, so the postman's really good looking where you are. Is that it?
I thought he was going to say he was handsy.
he's a good-looking kid.
And you have a good-looking
Andy
postman.
or Hansy? What are you saying?
My postman is a 50-year-old black woman. So
Sure. 15 years ago, was that the same postman? Probably not. Probably not. There was a parcel delivery one day, and then there was a parcel delivery 9 months later.
No,
That's all.
you know what? Even then, the wife was working. So
She worked
No,
hard
that
for
doesn't help
money.
your story at all.
yeah, she's
right?
always been working.
So hard for it, honey.
I'm saying that does not help your
Why not
story.
making me some
My
money?
wife
God,
couldn't
no.
have cheated on me. She had a job.
He's a nice,
Don't make me
nice
some
place to
money,
be in.
bitch. Mommy, you gotta go to work today, mommy.
As a guy who has been cheated on a lot, them having a job makes it extra easy.
Boy,
Yeah,
does it
you've never
ever.
met her. Cheating's the last thing on her damn mind.
You
I'm
never
not saying
met
your
her.
wife. I'm
She's
saying my first wife was a whore. I would never talk bad about your wife.
No, she's a saint. Unfortunately,
you
she's a
said.
communist saint. So
I don't think those two things go together.
I know, but again, you haven't met her. She's
To quote one of my favorite Jewish actors, that word you keep using, I do not think it means what you think it means.
okay. She's a globalist saint. How's that?
Oh, so now you're using QAnon wordage to be anti-Semitic.
No. Wow.
I
You guys-
didn't make up the rules, Shadow, but if you have a problem with globalism, it means that you hate Jews.
I just want it
No,
said that I am in no way associated with the show.
You are not.
Did you guys ever
No.
check in on any of that stuff back in the day? The QAnon shit?
No.
No? It was pretty hysterical. There was some whoppers, man. Some freaking
Shadow, you already know what I was doing back in those days.
Delivering pizza for Pizza Comet?
No, I was playing 40K.
I was working
And
at
I
Comet
get that
Pizza.
reference, homie.
I was the server operator for Comet Pizza.
Yeah, I get that. I get
I'm
that.
glad
that
you
was
do.
only a couple of years ago.
No, I was playing Warhammer
Okay.
during all that time, so I don't remember anything
Yeah, it
except
was
that 4th edition was maybe the best edition. 3rd edition was really good too.
I agree. 4th edition D&D is one of the best editions of D&D because it was the first one that dared to do something fucking different and grown up. Impressive.
4th edition was a waste of everyone's time because
read
it was trying to be something it wasn't.
Yeah, right. A good game. What a stupid idea. What were they fucking thinking, these assholes?
Yeah, well, and here's what I mean, Bear. If they had made a skirmish game, it would have actually been really cool.
I thought they did make a skirmish game. It was the miniatures game, right?
They did, but then they killed it. But then 4th edition could have been an awesome skirmish game with all the cards and shit. Like if they'd given character classes and levels points values, and you and your friend could make like your little points set army and battle it out using the 4th edition rules, that'd have been badass. That would have been actually really fun. But Wizard of the Coast is just one long story of how can we miss opportunities and F up a good thing? That's like their entire thing right there. I mean,
that is a very fair assessment of Wizards of the Coast management style.
Yeah, so. Well, I appreciate the fact that we're on board at least with one thing.
Listen, you're allowed to be wrong, James. It's okay. I don't fight you for being wrong, man. You're allowed to be wrong.
And I will take full advantage of that right, sir. Why does every 5e session I play just evolve into minor fight, short rest, major boss? Because that's how they set it up. That's how the game is designed to be played.
True.
So when I ran 5e, which I did for about a year and a half, there were no short rests. Get the F out here with that. Also, I got rid of all the, how the book's full of all these alternative rules that you don't have to actually use? Don't use them. The game's way better. Don't worry about feats.
George,
Don't worry about all that
George.
bullshit. Just play the game as written from the 3 core books. You'll probably have fun. I mean, I know we did. We had a blast with 5e. Only using those first. Then I effed up and bought Tasha's, and that was the end of it. That was like, yeah, I screwed up. I never should have bought this. I should have stayed alone in my little world of 3 core books of 5e. I'd still be running.
Xanathars was good. They needed Xanathars. It fixed a couple of things.
Yeah, but
I mean, it added all new problems, but you know.
if it weren't for Tasha's, I might still be running 5e for all I know.
If only they could have ever made a decent fucking Ranger. Wouldn't that have been nice?
That'd have been okay. Yeah, they never really did figure that out. They got the assassin right, though.
That's what everyone was complaining
My
about.
brother played the thief assassin, and he was pretty good. I liked
What
it.
edition, James?
5e.
Really?
The druid needed to be downgraded a little bit because the freaking druid, once it hit like 7th level or whatever, got the healing spirit, the healing wisp thing, and that totally would destroy a combat.
Oh, nothing pissed me off more than one of my best friends loved to play druids, and along comes 5th edition and gives them wild shape at level fucking 1.
Right.
And I'm like, that's a fucking 5th level ability. What are you doing giving it at level 1? So
Probably because
what am I saying? Well, D&D is for children. It's a stupid game.
probably because so many people only played druids for that ability. That was, in my experience, a lot of girls were just like, that's the only reason they actually wanted to play the druid was to be able to change into fucking animals. I don't get that, but
I thought we had like a weeks long just run of Morning Glory Milk Farm, and you don't get that.
Oh my god, they're not really minotaurs. They're just wild shaped druids.
No, I'm just saying. If one of the #1 female selling books in America is about jerking off minotaurs, you're having a hard time understanding why chicks might want to turn into animals.
sorry, Flynn. I didn't do it.
Don't let my wife hear this because she'll want to find that book somewhere.
No, dear God.
They don't even have the common sense to be
embarrassed
about
it is
it.
Halloween. If you rush down to the spirit store and get a Minotaur mask, you're set for the weekend, man.
Seriously, Flynn, you're missing out.
You know the fact that Shadow, come on. You come
Break
up
out
with
the
this.
Minotaur costume.
So the fact that Shadow went down that road really doesn't do much to dispel the rumors we say about you, buddy.
You got one in your closet?
All you don't want to know what he's got in his closet. We're not even talking.
No Minotaur masks.
Yeah, lucky us.
just some Thai lady boys chained to the freaking place.
There's nobody tied up in my house.
Thai lady boys chained to the what?
To the freaking coat hanger thing, the
rail, whatever the fuck that thing's called.
One of these days, the feds are going to be at my door, and it's going to be your fucking fault.
And on that day, Shadow, when you
will tip our hat and say, "You're welcome,"
I'm going to laugh my
because I will have the most massive lawsuit on my hands against the fucking federal government.
Exactly. And while you're in jail, I'm going to pay Jackie May to steal the chill stuff and mail it to me, so it'll be perfect.
Of all the things you can have him mail you, you go for that.
That's what I want.
That's a low bar, dude.
No, it's not. For you, it's a low bar. See, for me, it's a treasure. For you, it's Tuesday. That's the problem.
That is the thing.
Told you, it's already written into the will.
Tom Jones would like to know, what is your opinion on Mothership? Sorry, Tom Jones.
Tom Jones. I wish it was the real Tom Jones because I love.
How do you know it isn't? You don't know.
Because he's Welsh, and I don't think Welsh people speak English.
It's the ghost of Tom Jones.
Is Tom Jones dead?
There's not enough elves in there.
I'm not in like a month.
Mothership. I've never played it, but people who have played it said it was really good.
Flynn. Jesus, Flynn. Why you got to kill Tom Jones early?
It's not unusual.
Especially if you get nasty.
Fuck you.
That was really good, dude.
It
So
was
Humgar
not
piece of
good.
shows
shit.
up.
It was
Didn't
not
mean make you
good.
cry, but
It was horrible. What's new, Pussycat?
whoa, I don't know.
Whoa.
The thing with Mothership and Death in Space is it's dark sci-fi, and you can play that with Traveler just as well as you can with either of those games.
I'm going to have a video of somewhere around the first of the year where I'm going to burn some books. That's the first one going into the pile.
Traveler?
Oh my God, there was another group of people out there that burned books.
Traveler?
No, Death in Space.
Oh, because
Why?
I want to do a video where basically I'm just going to have like pretend, questions. How would you run this game? And I'll be like, well, you can use Traveler. And oh my God, Traveler. And because Traveler fans, that's their way. Everything can be done with Traveler. It's like D&D fans. Everything can be a D&D adaptation. Christ,
There actually is
But
a
those people are
Traveler rule set.
You're a pikey in space.
Fantasy.
Yes, sort of Siphius. I know. We've talked about this.
So basically,
Sex
everything
bomb,
you're
sex
complaining
bomb,
about is right.
you're my
Though.
sex bomb.
Now, why are you gonna burn Death in Space?
Because it's a horrible
I'm
game.
not burn. Yeah, that's weird. Why are you burning any books? Just give it away to somebody.
Well,
No,
he's got to
also,
live up
they
to
don't want
that
it to
sort of
affect-
Solomon Kane puritanical thing he's dressing like lately.
You can send it to me.
What? I could, but then it would infect you, and then you'd get other people to buy it, and that's exactly the opposite of what I want.
He's already infected, maybe.
I'm borderline
Yeah.
atheist. So.
Also, no one's going to listen to him. Are you crazy?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think you being atheist is his problem.
I think the fact that he doesn't put up videos very often or cultivate a community may be the missing piece of his world domination with Death in Space.
See, George
Traveler's
Traveler.
awesome.
Yeah.
You're spot on.
As a
Bear.
matter of fact, my boy, may he rest in peace, Shauner, created a monstrous, horrible, scary thing for Traveler, and it got printed as an official thing. And it's like a psychic worm.
It's not
thing
that scary.
like tricks you into coming close to it, so that can like attack you and suck your guts out or something.
It's not that
It's only
scary.
found on a couple planets,
Yeah, you never heard of it.
But Shauner got credit for creating the thing. So there you go.
What he created with where is it? How to role play the hard way? It's back here. Deserves way more credit than that.
Oh, how to role play the hard way? Yeah. I don't know if he put me in the book, but he did have me consult with him.
Yeah,
Why did
the
he
only
not?
people he put in the book were Jackie and I and Max Liao.
Well, good for him. I don't care. He banned me like 50 times or blocked me, but then he always unblocked me. He's a strange guy. Also from California.
Yeah.
And then he'd do videos reviewing other people. So I'd do review videos of his review videos of other people's review. So you'd end up with like 5 layers of review going on all at the same time.
Good times.
Yeah, good times.
Hey, where's that weird static echo coming from?
RPG Flynn, who's on his
Probably
phone.
Indiana.
Okay.
They got aliens buried under cornfields up there.
It's the critters out in the fields,
That's what I'm saying.
or it could be my dryer.
Is that what
And
you
that-
call your wife? I call mine dishwasher.
Yeah, she blows pretty hot.
Oh my God. None of that, sir.
How's that? Does that sound a little better?
Damn. Brutal. You made Bear go away. Bear just was like, I'm out. See, I don't know what it is, but I love to lean into my massage.
24 years of dealing with my ass. Yeah, she's used to it.
And I found that
Oh,
I don't
that's Tuesday.
think misogyny is actually a real thing. And also, all the women I like seem to enjoy it. So I'm just going to keep doing it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's only a certain kind of person that feels that way about that word.
It's like I love being a toxic masculinity guy.
I'm losing connection.
Nope. We lost a friend.
RPG dad
His
dropped.
wife must have walked up.
Yeah, his wife walked up, so he had to like hang
No,
up real quick. Oh shit!
no, she knows.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was in Indiana not that long ago. You know,
I'm sorry.
I was in Bloomington.
I was in Florida not that long ago.
Did you go to that convention that Vic was at?
No, I stayed a week down in Key West. Can you hear me?
You didn't finish the
There we
sentence.
go.
Now
Yeah,
you
Key
can-
West, very nice, very nice
Yeah,
place.
Key West,
You can drink and just walk around, and
pretty much.
people don't mess with you too much. It's just pretty. Burning Fatal doesn't seem like a fatal mistake. I have read through the Fatal PDF. I've never actually seen it live, but having read the PDF, I think whoever wrote it should be in prison if they're not.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, no role-playing game needs to have rules for like the rectal capacity of like underage children and things like that. That's just weird.
Good God, no.
Yeah, that's like from the 80s. This guy decided to make a role-playing game book. It's like 500 pages of the worst shit you ever thought of. It's like everything everyone has ever said about role players, this game embraces.
Oh my God.
It is the worst. Like in the example, it's like you're a fighter playing a role-playing game and you fight your way up the tower, defeating the guards, and now you've gotten to the room where the princess is chained to the wall. It's up to you. What do you do? And one of the options is to grape her while she's chained to a wall. And it's like, yeah, who come up with this? Because that's just weird. That's just
The hell are you guys talking about?
Fatal.
Oh dear God, no.
No.
Sorry,
Yeah.
my apologies. My bad.
I'd burn that one in an instant.
Well, you've learned stuff. You just didn't want to learn what you learned, Tom. That's what happened here. You came in wanting to learn about some role-playing games, and you learned about some shit. Sorry. I am sorry that you had to sit through it.
Yeah, George said something about my architecture of my house and my 110-year-old piece of shit.
Just looks like a standard house to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, this is the addition. The rest of it's brick.
Didn't learn much. What was Tom expecting to learn? Was he expecting this was some sort of dissertation channel or
No,
something?
he wanted our opinion on
Mothership.
and I guess death in space. And my
Clearly,
opinion was
you guys
you
gave
can do
them to
either of
him.
those things with Travelers, so who cares?
And Shadow wants to burn one of them. Yes.
And Shadow wants to destroy one for no good reason.
Hey, what's
Well,
up,
I
Squirrel?
have Death in Space on PDF. I just don't have a physical.
Squirrel! See, Squirrel might want that copy of that book.
Yeah, I'd rather send him the cash.
Oi, you what?
Cash check.
Say hi for us, Squirrel.
No credit.
Yeah, there's another game I picked up. You guys remember James L?
Do they not have headphones in Indiana?
Well,
No.
he's outside smoking. It's probably cold as shit out there.
So headphones would be a bad idea.
No, they're dead.
Score Hermit's got to call Zadarok. I don't know who Zadarok is.
His
Well,
wife.
it is an iPhone.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you guys remember James L?
Yeah, he was the old. No, James L's the Australian.
Right. He
Yeah, he
recommended
pops in every now and then, and we talk about Warhammer.
Yeah, he recommended this game. I forget what it was called, but it was another one of those that's going right into the fire pit.
Thirsty Sword Lesbians?
No. I saw that one a mile away. It was like
axe faggots. What?
no, it was some sort of like like cosmic blade, solar blades and cosmic spells or something. It sounded like right up my alley. You know what I'm talking about?
I think I know. It's like what, the more space version of I can't remember the name of it. I know who the author is, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So I went and ordered it from Drive-Thru, and they screwed up and they sent me 2 copies of it. And I'm like, oh, hey, this is cool. I'll be able to give one to somebody. And then I read it, and I'm like, I hate this. I hate the people who wrote this.
Is it powered by the apocalypse?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's some sort of weird. Uh, I've never heard of them again. But I mean, it really sounded like it was going to be, almost the game I would write. Like a big sweeping sci-fi fantasy space epic, thing, and it had the worst mechanics I've ever seen.
I've heard of it. I know which one you're
such a
talking about. I
hipster.
can't remember the name, but I know what you're talking about.
You were such a hipster that I was like, you should play Traveler 2300, and you started playing Traveler 2200.
Is it? I think it's the same. Isn't it the same one that did Halls of the Blood King for Old School Essentials?
Really don't know.
I was very disappointed, by the way. Traveler 2200, why?
And then the other one was Scum and Villainy, which Omen recommended. But he didn't tell me it was an Evil Hat game. And then I'm like, oh shit! As soon as I opened it, I'm like, this is gonna be gay. Sure enough,
Hungry Arrow homosexuals.
Thirsty sword lesbians, hungry arrow. You know what the funniest thing about Thirsty Sword Lesbians is it was written by a man.
yeah, of course it was.
So it's like wow, that's just terrible. The brackets that were showing earlier, well, I learned Traveler is better. That's all you need to know, homie. If you want to play sci-fi, Star Frontiers or Traveler, and everything else, I mean,
Well, unless it's unless it's an IP specific, like Star Wars D6 is great. I don't know what.
No. D6 anything is great. D6 fantasy, D6 superheroes, D6 sci-fi,
I've never even
D6
seen
horror.
any of those books.
they have
Well,
all of them
because
now.
You live under a fucking rock. That's
It's
why.
like West End Games, I guess, just let
They literally put out
Go up the
a series
right.
of books called D6 Fantasy, D6 Space, D6 Adventure. They put out a whole
Honestly,
series
never
of them.
saw.
yeah.
I never saw. 'em.
And then there's
Well,
mini D6 that
trust
does
us,
all
they
of that.
exist. I own them.
But I do
And
have
then
the new Planet of the Apes.
Hang on,
game.
wait. There's D6 universe role playing game, West End Games, superhero role playing. I mean, Jesus, Shadow.
Dude, I'm sorry, I just never saw 'em. I can't see everything,
Now,
It's
Coriolis
we thought
has
you
a
could.
really-
We thought you were King Obscurity. We thought you were the man who knew it all.
No.
Coriolis has a really good setting, but I am not a fan of the roll 20 dice, and if you get a 6, you succeed. Otherwise, you fail. That is dumb.
See, with me, it's I didn't know that about the system, but
Yeah.
when I heard about the setting, I'm like, yeah, I will never play that.
Oh, the
What,
setting
Coriolis?
has no interest for me.
I mean, it's basically the Ottoman
Yes,
Empire.
Flynn. What would you like to say,
Game.
Flynn? Your hand up patiently.
I'm very patient. This is a serious question because I don't know, and I just want to make a good answer. I don't know much about the Ghostbuster game.
Oh, it's
Um,
the origin of the D6 system.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's super fun, but you got to have the ghost die, which you can buy on Etsy. People make them on Etsy now. And there's a really, really great rule in the game, which is players love to bounce their dice. If they're bouncing their dice and the ghost die comes up a ghost, even if they weren't making a roll for their character or anything, do something wicked to them. Just to teach them not to be bouncing their fucking dice all the time.
That was another one of those games I regret selling. I knew I was never going to play it, and back then, and I wish I would have never sold it.
My buddy who quit role playing in storage has the entire Beckme set in perfect condition, all the Star Trek FASA stuff in because this guy's like his librarian level protection of his books, has all the Ghostbusters, all the Indian, he has all the shit. And I'm like, dude, it's in storage. I'll buy it off you. Make me a price. He's like, nope, you fucking ass. You're sitting on literally thousands of dollars worth of material.
Maybe
But
he's just
Ghostbusters
got
is
a
fun.
really like a cruel streak, and he just
No.
gets off on knowing that it aggravates the shit out of you.
No, not at all. He's just really happy that he doesn't like to part with his stuff. He's one of those guys. He's like a hoarder,
Yeah,
But he doesn't hoard, but he has that collected mentality. But yeah, if you can find it for a good price, RPG Dad, it's fun. Play it with the kids.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now.
It's just like $500 secondhand for like the Ghostbusters International set or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even seeing it. I'm only seeing the video game stuff and the modules for.
All right, since everybody uses Noble Knight as their base, go to Noble Knight and look it up, because that's everybody on eBay uses Noble Knight as their price search.
Yeah. Which sucks because Noble Knight OP it overprices everything.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, they have to. It's not the overprices. They maintain a physical fucking warehouse, right? So they got to pay.
And now they've got the commercial that I see like every 5 minutes on YouTube.
Okay, Ghostbusters International box set, fair to very good plus, so not in great shape. Was three. No, this is all in Canadian prices. Let me switch over to USD for you guys. Hang on. 235 on sale right now for 190. Wow.
So the question is 190 US dollars about the same as 290 beaver pellets?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the bullshit coming out of your mouth, so I just chose to ignore it. I'm so sorry. What were you trying to say?
Nothing, sir.
Yeah, very good for the box set for an uncut copy of the first edition Ghostbusters is $350 American.
Nice.
That's crazy.
But yar, there be PDFs out there in the sea, sir.
I was thinking that.
I got role-playing books all over the place. Of course, this is the one you need, Shadow, right here. Your boy would love it, too. Your boy would love it because he could play a Catholic priest and spend all of his time running around hitting like pagans on the head with shit.
I'm looking at a copy right now on eBay, $99.
For what?
The Ghostbusters role playing game.
Baptism of Fire?
Which one? First edition or international?
The first edition.
For $99? Unpunched?
I don't know. I haven't clicked that.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know. Half the cards will be missing. Like eBay's the worst.
It's literally just an empty box taped together on the corners.
Oh no. Hold on, give me a second. We'll find out.
$176. That must be the same one you're looking at because it's Canadian adjusted. No, US 125, and it has everything except the dice. No dice, and the box is mushed.
Now, this one looks okay. $99. It doesn't say anything about.
It dice. It ain't complete.
Yeah. But
yeah. Why would they care about that?
your dice. I mean, come on. Whatever it takes, you just throw some dice in the box and you're good.
Nice.
Well, box only. I found box only for $20. So print up the PDFs yourself.
Never mind the fact that actual Conan dice from Modiphius go for like $200 for a set. Because Modiphius are idiots, and for some reason they made a shit ton of dice for John Carter of Mars and didn't make very good
Ghostbusters movie
dice.
vintage role-playing game West End 1986 Bill Murray Beautiful. Is that the one you're talking about from Comics and Collectibles for You?
That's literally, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the ghost die or not, though.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that image.
They made a shit ton of dice for John Carter of Mars and made like not enough dice for Conan because apparently they didn't understand that Conan will be way more popular. So all the Conan dice sold out, and if you want a set now, you got order.
It looks just like a bunch of D6.
$300. What?
You'd only be able to tell if the 6 was showing, which it's not. The white one.
Oh, okay.
Of course, you could use D6s, but
you could, but it's more fun to have the one that has the Ghostbuster symbol on it.
I agree.
Yeah, for $99, that's actually a great deal, and it looks like it's in good shape. And this guy's a good rep as a sales guy.
So I'll put a watch on it. If he offers me a discount, I might bite, just so I can,
show off that you have.
Hold on a second, though.
Have more.
No, I'll put it right next to my chill box.
Yeah.
So you guys don't like
You know what's funny though, Bear? I was looking in these auctions and I saw someone is selling a hard plastic protector box just for this specific game. Yeah.
You could play this, Shadow.
Core Law.
Yeah. Rollmaster Unified Core Law.
Oh yeah. Is Saxius busy?
Oh, Saxis would love this game so much.
Yeah, he's the only person I know who would play it.
I played this game for
I
years.
played it.
I had some of the books, Spell Law, things like that, and I just
Spell Law is amazing. I love
Claw
it.
Law was my favorite one. Claw
Law.
Law.
blah,
It's
blah.
just a book of like the law.
Claw Law.
To be honest,
Treasure
I'm
Law.
thinking, let's see if this is available.
Like the first sentence in
Sure,
Law
do
Law
that.
is, I am the law.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man. I never quit amusing myself,
What the shit?
ever. Right now, Shadow and Bear are both trying to outbid each other for a Ghostbusters thing.
No.
It's pretty hilarious.
Just trade up your chill.
Right? Like,
Bear's broke, and I don't do auctions.
God,
Dude, I'm broke.
put him on freaking blast.
I spent $400 on my van because it has an extra battery in it that I didn't know about, so we couldn't drive it.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, the size of a motorcycle battery next to the main battery.
That is something.
And what is that for? Like auxiliary
have-
power? Or?
I guess, but I want to strangle the engineer that designed it.
Just because someone mentioned this on Discord, I'm going to show it off. Pirates of Pugmire.
Nice. I'm still waiting for you to run that game, dude.
I've never run this game.
I still have the PDF.
Omenal said he was running it, and then he vanished.
I could have swore it was you.
Wasn't me. I don't run games online, ever.
It wasn't me.
But I did make a character for it. I was a Pomeranian cleric.
I
And
think I
then-
made a
He vanished.
some sort of dog paladin.
I was a Pom cleric.
What I was looking for was actually one of the other games that I regret selling was Cyberpunk 1988.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get that.
Oh, I
Really-
have that on the shelf behind me, sir.
Want to trade?
For what are you offering?
Chill.
Piece of his wisdom.
I have it right there, sir, in the box, and it's in a good shaped box too.
Yeah, but the shipping would cost me more than the game.
And some supplements as well.
Yeah, I could say the same thing about Chill.
I'm
But
just saying, it seems to me like we have a hostage situation on our hands.
We've come to an impasse.
I'd be even willing to cross the border into the United States of America.
This is actually
That's
2
pretty
box
technical.
sets of Dragonbane just in one box.
I have
Because
Dragon Bane in the box. I have
buy
Dragon Bane in the
multiple
hardcover
boxes.
book. There's no,
I always buy multiple boxes of everything, and then a lot of times I take the little box filler, like cardboard thing out, and just put all the shit in one box.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's what I did with like Twilight 2000 too.
What the shit?
What the shit? What
What
the
the
shit?
shit?
Who put the shit in the what now?
What the what?
What the hell?
The whole top
Oh,
shelf
what?
of this thing is like Conan 2x20 books. Every now and then I just like to look through the. Here's the
Oh,
game
that's
we watch.
totally
Shadow.
wrong.
Right here.
Ugh.
What am I looking at? What was that?
Burning Wheel,
Real.
Oh, yeah. No, thanks.
the gold edition revised, even. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
I hear it's just awful.
Yeah, it smacks of it could be good, and then it's not. It's like when you very first start reading it, though, you think, "Oh man, this is awesome," and then all of a sudden, it's not good. It's really sad, honestly, because I really wanted it to be good.
I'd rather play with rocks than play with Burning Wheel.
Well, I mean, if it were a good game, then you might have liked it, but it's not a good game.
You'd rather play with a rock. Wow.
That's for bear.
Yeah, I have it. It's a garbage game. It is. I'm sorry. It's a garbage game. What do you want me to say?
I don't want you saying.
I have no idea what it is. I mean, I know it's
Star Trek Adventures. It's the Modifius version.
Yeah.
It is le garbage.
You know, that's more correct than you'd think, since I think they are made in France.
Modifius?
Yeah, for
I
sure.
thought that was the UK.
British. They're
Chris
British.
Reed,
Are they British?
I thought that's Monolith.
Yeah, Monolith might be the French one then, right?
yeah,
One of them is French.
because I used to talk to Chris and Rita all the time from Modifius. They're
Well,
definitely
got
UK.
name dropping over here.
Oh, I tell you.
Like you guys don't know people. Come on.
I don't know.
Love to drop
This is
those
still
names.
in the shrink
You,
wrap.
you were just dropping names in your show earlier. Come on.
I was
You
talking
see
about people
that?
I've
Yeah,
interviewed.
still in the shrink
There's a
wrap.
big difference between talking about people I've interviewed on my show versus, yeah, I talk to these people all the time. Yeah.
Well, it's not my fault you didn't.
I got
Continue,
Mark
like-
Hamill to like his comment.
Loser.
Dude.
No, but, yeah.
That's why you got to, if you're going to get them on the show and interview them, you got to keep up the conversation afterwards. You never know what kind of friendship might develop.
Loser.
It's like the power of imagination.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Squirrel.
Yep. I should open this at some point.
What is it?
It's the Game Master screen for Imperium Maledictum, which is
Imperium
a
up your
war,
bumdum?
it's
Alright,
a
anyone?
role-playing game set in Warhammer 40k.
For the
Imperium up your bumdum? Emporium up your bumdum?
Imperium Maledictum.
Emporium maledictus?
That's what Bear said, just in Latin.
Yeah, yeah.
Emporium got his dictus.
It takes place in the Sabbat systems. There's a lot of chaos and stuff like that.
The
Our
Sabbat
master first
system. So
edition-
Warhammer ripped off Vampire too? Wow.
I don't think that. I'm pretty sure Sabbat
Yes,
is older
yes,
than
I am.
Do you know what a Sabbat is? Do you know what the word Sabbat means?
Probably has to do with witches.
No. It comes from the wooden shoe, sabot, which is what the French wore, the sabot.
Yeah, what was it?
Which is why in our bracket,
You should have learned that from that Star Trek movie.
Oh,
I learned that by speaking French, idiot.
I learned that because
What use
somebody
would I
said
have
it's
that
called
in
Tabo,
California?
but it's based on the French for a shield.
Ouais, c'est pas ma problème que tu ne parles pas des autres langues sauf qu'anglais, là. Ça, c'est ta problème. C'est pas mon problème. Moi, je suis d'accord, je suis correct, je suis content pour parler
You
deux
better
langues
stop
de ma vie.
speaking that language, or you'll just start surrendering nonstop.
Lafayette built your country.
Yeah.
Oh, this is actually really good. Huh. And it comes with an adventure.
That's why I live near a town named Lafayette.
Lafayette, Indiana. Nobody speaks French, but we eat a lot of corn, then we stick it up our bum. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean,
We got our anal bum covers.
Hey, you gotta get that anal bum covers. You gotta get them, man. And
If
penis
you got a
might ears.
Penis
Yeah,
mighty.
penis
I'll
might
pick
ears
it
at the
up.
Emporium because penis miters are worth their weight in gold.
Right.
They're sitting on a gold mine, Trebek.
You're back. Yeah.
See, you could have just left me alone with my stupid Californian accent, but no, that was too much for you guys. Gehenna War. Gehenna out of here.
That's if you want to play vampire, like during the elders are rising up and eating everybody.
Yeah. Is that for the new one?
Diablo
is.
I don't know. I was gonna say it didn't look like the original.
Yeah. I've got the original and I've got the 20th anniversary one, but the hunger mechanics in 5th edition actually make the game feel like it's a horror game as opposed to a superhero game, except you're pretending to be vampires.
You're a vampire whore.
That's right. You guys know what that is.
Gamma World, 2nd edition.
2nd edition, the best edition.
Yeah.
Sabbath.
And
It's from Hebrew, but Sabbath.
And thanks to Logan, I'll finally get my Gamma World 1st edition T-shirt.
Yeah.
So the
You
question
can
becomes:
download
is the
PDF
word
from
Sabbat from saboteur, which implies they fight against the Camarilla? They are the saboteurs of the masquerade, the Sabbat, or is it that they are the holy day of the Shabbat, which is where it comes from in Hebrew? Just a
Shabbat.
passerby.
Shabbat.
Odds are it's the first because they're against the Camarilla and trying to undermine Camarilla, and trying to undermine them. So hence Sabbat comes from saboteur, which comes from the wooden shoe sabot. But
Now this,
please correct me, Netherlander.
This, I believe, may be
Whatever, man.
Don't worry, Squirrel.
the second edition of Mercs. Great game, though. It's
Another
basically
game I wish I would've never
Rollmaster, but
Great
incredibly
game. Is that
simplified.
Merp? Is that Merp?
Yeah, Merp.
Played the fuck out of that in high school.
I-
more than we played
I had
D&D.
like all the books, and none of my players wanted anything to do with it because, believe it
Oh
or
my
not,
God.
most of them had never read Lord of the Rings.
I played a Rohirrim.
What's that got to
You
do
know
with
what?
anything?
Hang on, I do have to point out I do have a Lord of the Rings game I prefer. So since James is shelf
Against the Dark Master.
all shelf porn, no, not at all. I just got to figure out where the fuck I put it on my shelves. There it is.
My spare player's manual for Twilight 2000. Because I have like 4 of these.
My nephew bought me that one for my birthday.
Yeah, Free League loves me.
Which
Like,
one is that?
literally.
Oh,
This
yeah.
Twilight 2000 4th edition. Oh, what is that?
I honestly
Uh,
can't read it.
Cipher.
Oh, yeah. They used kind of a D&D system, didn't they?
It's a 2-die-6 system that mimics a D20 system. It's literally, without a doubt, my favorite fantasy system ever made. It desperately needed a second edition, and it would make such a good generic fantasy game system. Like you could do so much with this, but alas, they went tits up before they could.
Well, that's sad, and I'm glad you at least got a copy of it.
I'll be right back, guys. I got to take care of something.
I think all I've ever seen, like, wasn't there a starter set for that, Bear?
There was something. It was a box set, but I think that's the Moria box set you're thinking of. I don't know. I used to have everything for it. And then I gave it to a friend. The Sabbat was formed in 1493, largely as a reaction to the Convention of Thorns that created the Camarilla. Therefore, they are saboteurs against the Camarilla. I remain happily convinced that Mark Reinhagen's knowledge of history was not as good as people like to think it was. But anyway.
I never really worried about it.
Remember, Mark Reinhagen was a hack.
Yeah, well, the poor guy ended up getting kicked off of his own game, so.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Classic Traveler, baby. The Traveler book. Oh,
I need that one.
it smells like 1980 something.
no, it's got like Aquanet in it. Run. It smells
Right.
like Aquanet and cigarettes. The
It
80s.
smells like Budweiser and freaking Aquanet. Yeah, like you said. When was this game put out? Let's see.
I don't give a
1982.
fuck, just a passerby, where the real world origins are. Mark Reinhagen was a fucking hack who stole from multiple sources to create the World of Darkness originally. You're not winning this argument with me by quoting shit like that because it still doesn't show that Mark Reinhagen did or did not know these differences. Sorry.
Well, I don't give a shit about all that. I'm just saying that there's a section of space very near to Holy Terra called the Sabbat sector.
Now, them, I
If you
believe, is
play
probably based
Imperium
on the
Maledictum,
Shabbat. I believe
If you
that's what
play
it is.
Imperium Maledictum, you're a troubleshooter for the Inquisition or whoever, and you travel around the Sabbat system, basically wiping out chaos cults and shit.
So the question you need to ask yourself is, why would the people who are opposed to the Camarilla and therefore evil name themselves after a Christian holy day? It makes, or a Jewish holy day, even, or an Islamic
Why are
holy
all their
day.
ranks based on titles from the Catholic Church? I don't know. They thought it was fun.
It's because Mark Reinhagen's a fucking hack.
Well, I don't disagree with you that Mark Reinhagen's a hack. But I do remember in the Sabbat and Vampire, like their higher ups were like bishops and
Who
cardinals.
fucking knows? Mark Reinhagen was a hack.
Yeah,
I will
pretty much.
maintain that.
Yeah,
I will
pretty much.
maintain it.
And he got out-woked by his own woke fans. So,
Yes, he did.
Because when he came out with the first version of 5th edition, he said that the bourgeois had been known to like recruit skinheads and shit like that. And they immediately flipped out and kicked him out of his own game. It's like, just because you were a skinhead pre-embrace doesn't mean you are a skinhead post-embrace.
I don't know. That's the problem, just to pass her by. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know why he did what he did, and I don't care at the end of the day either. I just know that to me, Sabat sounds more like Saboteur because they're going.
Well, I think it has to do with the foot. Because I know our Sabo rounds, as we call them in the Army, from what I heard, the name Sabo has to do with the fact that there's a thing around the penetrator. So it's based on the French word for shoe.
Yeah, Sabo.
Sabo. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I know that's a fact because, the Bradley has HE and Sabo rounds.
Also,
And
it's really hard.
I know for a fact M1 tank's got the Sabo rounds as well, and HE.
And it's really hard to look this stuff up online because everything is the new or influenced by the new continuity for the World of Darkness, right? So it's really hard to sort of...
Which is based on Bloodlines 1.
Yeah.
Which was a great computer game, I thought.
I had that. Just
Yeah,
the
you had
computers
that
didn't want-
crazy Malkavian bitch that ran the club, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good game, man.
Unfortunately,
Montreal by Night.
Just didn't play it.
Yeah.
Montreal Night by Night's a pretty good source book, to be honest.
Is Montreal by Night the one where like the Prince of Montreal is like a Viking that showed up in America like in whenever and just
I don't remember. I do know it has that one piece of art that got them into a shit ton of trouble, which is the chick holding up the vial of blood in the bathroom with a strap on, and there's a person chained to the urinal bleeding out behind her. That got them into a world of shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, here's the thing. Anyone who played the LARP game knows that the Vampire LARP was full of a lot of S&M dudes and chicks. That it was like that lifestyle kind of went hand in hand with the Vampire LARP. I mean, as a duchy, you would say a Sabbat is a clog. Yeah, in the South, clogging is called dance. Is a specific kind of dance where people stomp on the ground and do stuff. Clog dancing they call it in the South. But yeah, did Mark Reinhagen rip off Anne Rice to no end? Of course he did.
Oh, fuck yeah. Boy, did he ever.
I mean, yeah,
Anyway,
did it end up being kind of a cool social event in the 90s? Yeah. It pretty much buried TSR for real. Like in the mid 90s, like White Wolf was dominating. TSR was effed in the A. Of course, TSR wasn't doing themselves any favors with all the stupid shit they were doing.
Nope.
Andrew Greenberg. Nice. Yeah, see, the whole Sabbat thing, it's so weird because in the original books, they're like, they like to do shit like out in the public to try and like scare the mortals. But then they don't actually do that because if they did, they'd all get wiped out immediately. So it's kind of like, whatever.
Yeah, the idea that makes the Sabbat terrifying would be as if they actually did it properly, which would be when they take over a city, they live openly as vampires in that city and rule it. You know what I mean? And like leave it to the point where like, this is not a city witch hunters want to come to, because where the witch hunters are very good at fighting, Camarilla who are trying to hide from them and not get exposed, the Sabbat don't give a fuck and will fight them openly in the middle of the street. And I hate to break the news to you, witch hunter versus, 6th gen or older vampire is not going to have a good night.
Not unless they catch him during daylight in his tomb. Otherwise, he's pretty much going to wreck them all.
Yeah.
But that's true of everything except mages in like White Wolf. It's like you're playing your badass Arun werewolf. You think you're a badass until you run into like another vampire. And he's moving so fast you can't even see him and just tears you into pieces.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that was nice. That was cool.
It was fun.
Look,
That was a good time. Thanks so much.
yeah, I really appreciated that. But the problem with early editions of Vampire, in my opinion, is it's just like power fantasy bullshit. And if you want to play that, then play like a superhero game or something, where you can run around and have superpowers and fly and punch through armored cars and whatever you want to do. Because unfortunately, most people who run the older versions of vampires do not go out of their way to enforce anything resembling humanity checks and shit. And then you would just end up with, again, superpowered blood drinkers. And they're not even worried about drinking blood. If they're like 8th gen, they've got like 15 blood pool. So they literally, unless they use disciplines, they literally don't have to feed but every 2 weeks.
Gents, I gotta run.
I don't
I will
blame
see
you.
you
We're
guys
talking about vampires.
later.
Yeah, I got to bounce too because I got to get ready for my show later. So I'm out.
I gotta go brave
Yeah.
the food riots. Wish me luck.
Have fun. Don't shoot anyone. Bye.
And you take all the fun out of life. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Those of us who are about to die salute you.
My dog is looking for your dog right now.
He's around here.
Yeah,
Except he's very small.
she can hear him.
Yeah, he's very small. He's just a little Pomeranian.
Come here. Oh, baby.
Oh, look at that goodest girl.
Yeesh.
Oh, my goodness. Who doesn't love golden retrievers and stuff like that?
He's half golden retriever.
I mean, you can tell by looking. What's the other half? Like German Shepherd or something?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Mama was a mix.
Look, I mean, if you're like saying, yeah, kind of, because you think I don't know what Belgian Malmo is, I do know what those are.
Oh, I know what that is too. That's just,
I mean, my brother owns one. So,
yeah. Mom, her mother was a mix of Husky and German Shepherd.
So she's got a little Goldie, a little Husky, a little Shepherd. Yeah, but to me, when she stood up, I was like, oh, what a beautiful little Goldie that is, And
Yeah,
they're just good dogs. Everybody loves those things. Labs and golden retrievers, they're just the best.
Oh, yeah.
But I've got a Pom, and I wouldn't trade him for anything, even if sometimes he is annoying. He's adorable. He's my little. His name is Bear or Mika, which just means little bear.
Yeah.
So depending on if I want to speak to him in Russian or not, I'll call him Bear or I'll call him Mishka. He understands both because we bought him from a Russian woman, so he was raised speaking Russian. So
there you go.
Yeah. So if I want him to come on with me, I can just be like, Mishka, davai, and he'll beeline because he knows it's little bear. Come on.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's in there cuddling my wife right now because that's pretty much 18 hours of the day for him.
Yeah.
She works from home, so he sits next to her and just.
There you go.
Yeah, but anyway, so what are you doing, RPG Dad? I mean, famous, a name I've heard a lot, a face I've never seen before now. I mean, you play fighting?
I have a little bit. I've been on here before.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, you'll realize that my memory sucks, so.
No, I'm not going to fault you for that.
I've got a Stuben Tiger. That sounds like a German tank. It really does, doesn't it? Stuben Tiger. Like, is that like a World War II tank?
You got
like a Sturmgeschütz or something,
Got this Braunschweiger.
Right. Well, Braunschweiger, I love. That's just that liver stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. Braunschweiger.
Oh, I knew somebody would eat that all the time, and it was not pleasant to be in the same room with him.
Hello.
And myth busted. We've got our Dutchman here. Or not Dutchman, our Dane.
Thank you.
He's going to try to tax us for something.
I do joke about raiding my friend's fridge, like over in the UK. Like, Don't invite me over. Your fridge will be gone.
Yeah, and Saxius is a Dane who apparently moved to the UK.
Yeah, he isn't missing much when it comes to elections.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I am not afraid of your Danish selves because I'm Russian. I'm like, bring it.
I'm Irish, but I have a Danish ancestor somewhere.
Oh, yeah, me too. Tons of them.
That's probably how I got my last name.
Actually, Russian is like the least thing that I am. I'm mostly Germanic, and then Scandinavian's the next thing. And then like Slavic is like the last thing. So
Yeah. I haven't gotten like a DNA test done, but like my mother did the genealogy. Like when you just look who your ancestors are.
yeah.
And I'm so Danish that the part of me that aren't Danish used to be East Denmark.
Yeah,
Like the southern part of Sweden.
right. Some of those islands hanging out there,
There sure wasn't a lot of inbreeding going on back in the day.
Well, not with the Vikings because they just go to other countries and get wives.
I know.
But you aren't wrong. I'm not calling you wrong. I'm just saying,
Yeah, it's just a running joke. That's what happened with Conan O'Brien.
I mean, look, man.
It was like he did a DNA test, and
I know what's coming.
Yeah, he's like he's 100% Irish, and he goes, and the guy told him, he literally, I've never seen anybody pop 100% Irish. As like, were your family inbreeding or?
Poor Conan, just sitting there with his ginger self, not knowing what to do.
Yeah,
just like, damn. Yeah, I am exactly 4% Irish. It is the least thing I am. And that makes no sense because I have an Irish name. So at some point late on, some Irishmen jumped in and decided, it's like forever I had a German or a Slavic name. And then like a couple generations back, some Irishman jumped in and was like, you're on my keys now. It's like, oh, okay, whatever.
I don't know. My wife did the genealogy thing, and it's like apparently my dad's side of the family, all of us have the same last name. She can get all the way back to the 16th century, Ireland. That's about as far back as she can get.
Nice. Well, I can go out of the country, but on both sides of my paternal and maternal lineage, it's Pulaski County, 1680. And then if I follow the maternal side back, it goes to Germany. And the paternal side also goes to like the border between Poland and Prussia. And then somehow or another, I've got Norwegian and Danish and Swedish in there as well. But no Balkan or Baltic states and no Finn. So, sometimes I wonder if I got all the Scandinavian blood through the Irish side. Because, the Scandinavians were running amok in Ireland for so long that it's not hard to imagine a person who thinks they're Irish is actually, Danish.
Well, yeah.
That was the whole thing with Brian Boru trying to run all the Scandinavians out.
Yeah.
So,
Chubby, come here.
Or his legal name was Brian McCanetti, and he's supposedly the ancestor of the American Kennedy family.
But we don't hold that against him.
Yeah, he was the younger brother. He got put in a monastery, and then after years of being in a monastery, his older brother decided he didn't want to lead the war. So then Brian had to lead the war, and it turned out being really good because while he was in the monastery, he had read about like Greek and Roman tactics and shit like that. So he started fighting the Vikings and pulling like, flanking maneuvers and, the freaking center collapses and the sides hold and all that kind of. he was doing all that shit he read about Alexander doing and whatever.
I mean,
So-
depending on the era, it doesn't take a lot to be a great military leader.
Well, see, here's the thing. In Ireland, the idea was you line up in a big mob across the field from the other guys, and then everybody yells at each other and shows their dingling or something, and then you run across the field and hack each other to death. That was the tactic. And then Brian Boru came around, and he was like, no, we're going to actually do some strategic shit over here. And he trained them up, and that's how he became the first Thai king of all of Ireland for a while.
I'm technically related to him.
Oh, I'm sure a lot of people are. I mean,
Yeah.
I am technically related to the eunuch that used to carry Caesar's piss bucket. Because he had a kid before they cut his testicles and stuff off.
Mm.
And of course, that's a joke, and it comes from like Red Dwarf. Remember, they're like, oh, you probably fancy you were related to Napoleon. He's like, actually, I was related to Napoleon's piss bucket boy, and I died of dysentery or some shit.
Yeah.
I love that show. Well, the old versions of it, anyway, the originals.
I've never seen it, unfortunately.
It's British comedy, so I'll give you that warning.
So it's hit and miss.
The first 5 seasons are hit and hit, and then after that, one of the original writers left, and then it become really hit and miss.
Yeah,
it's about the last human being alive.
Yeah,
that's basically the whole idea. He got put in stasis for not behaving and refusing to turn over the cat he smuggled onto the starship to the captain. And while he's in stasis, there was an engine malfunction that instantly killed everyone else on the ship. And then the ship traveled away from Earth at near the speed of light for 300 million years or something, because it had to wait that long for the radiation to go down so that it could release him.
Oh, yeah.
So then it released him, and then it picked the one person on the whole ship he hated the most, and they made that person hologram.
What?
That he has to deal with. And also the computer, because it's been like going for millions of years. It's crazy too. So that's the life of Dave Lister. I left out an important thing. The cat he smuggled on the ship that he refused to turn into the captain. It had bunches of kittens. They survived in the hold during the radiation and eventually evolved into an intelligent species. And then when they got intelligence, they fought a holy war with each other. So then the two sides of the holy war decided to leave the ship, and they left behind the unfit and the mentally deficient, right? And that's where Rimmer meets Cat. He's the mentally deficient that was left behind by the two cat tribes. And all he does is dress in fancy clothes and dance and carry on. Because he's a cat, He carries a spray bottle around to spray stuff, because if he does that, then he says it's his.
All right.
This is mine, and this is mine, and this is mine. She's all like, I love you, Daddy.
Yeah, she wants me to take her out.
Well, you got to do what you got to do, brother.
Yeah. So I will catch you on the flip side.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Oh, I'm in trouble.
Uh-oh. She heard out.
Yep.
A dog's like, I heard you say out, so let's get it going there, Buster Brown. It's a living room tiger. 18 pounds. Geez, your cat is bigger than my dog. Not by much, but still bigger than my dog.
Yeah, when cats gets to around 20 pounds, that's a big cat.
Well, I know you live in Denmark, so I don't know if you've ever went online and looked up a Maine Coon.
Oh, I know what a Maine Coon is. Yes, I have seen them.
Yeah, some of those bad boys get 35, 40 pounds.
But that's also like a dog and cat farm, though.
Yeah, that's a big freaking cat. And apparently there's a kind of Norwegian cat, and it gets really big too, like the Norwegian forest cat or something.
Yeah, that's what it translates to English is basically an anti-bear cat,
An
and
anti-bear
and
cat.
and then like the fairy with the Maine Coon is basically what do you call it? Oh yeah. The Scandinavians had cats with them, like back in the Viking Age, the few that got over. Then it makes
Right.
what do you call it within wild cats there. Then the Anglos came over and adopted those wild cats like 100 years later, and then they got the Maine Coon.
Hey, it makes sense, man. It makes sense.
Okay, they may also have like crossbred them with other cats to make them less wild, but yeah.
Yeah, like our Maine Coons, they're kind of weird looking because they've got like a really pronounced snout, and they've got really big ears with like hair coming off of it and stuff. And but I mean, they're beautiful cats. And my
Yeah.
wife told me if I wanted one, I could have one. But I can't imagine cleaning up a litter box after a 35 or 40 pound cat.
Apparently, it's not too bad. The issue is even with them self grooming themselves, you still have to groom them because of all the hair they have.
Right. Well, that's not a problem. We brush our dog all the time, and he goes to the groomer once a month. So
Fair enough.
that's not a problem. But if a 40 pound cat's dropping like a human sized Duke in the litter box, I don't want to deal with that. I mean, I just don't. I'm just
Yeah.
not interested in all that. So that's really the main problem is
Yeah.
that.
So
But
what had happened recently in my RPG games? Not a lot. I've been sick recently. That have fortunately been recovered from, but I did get a stealth fun through on my players.
I know you said you weren't feeling good a while back,
Yeah.
but you never really went into any detail about it or anything. You just said
I don't remember how far back that is, but basically, about a month, apparently I've been walking in the wrong kind of shoes.
the wrong kind of shoes.
Basically, they weren't wide enough, so like they pinched a nerve.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I get it. Not white, wide. They weren't wide enough.
Oh yeah,
So
but
you're a
this,
wide footed kind of guy. So am I.
yeah, it's unfortunate because apparently uh, when you go up to a size 14 American, it's hard to find shoes there in the stores.
Right.
But yeah, so the stealth pun is so there were these 6 raiding kings, like raiders,
Right.
like barbarian kings. And the
Right.
way I spelled them, quote unquote, in my lore is I put the Roman numeral beforehand, so Viking, the Vikings, so the 6 kings.
Right.
My players did not like that one.
Your players need to get a sense of humor. Be thankful at least somebody's willing to run a game for their freaking sorry asses.
Yeah. Oh,
You
they do have a sense of humor. It's just they're apparently allergic to puns, which why I am like. Then again, why am I their game master? But I digress.
I was just kind of ranting on the fact that so many players like to get on X and other places and whine and bitch. And it's like, dude, you're a player. You're literally all you have to do is show up and eat some chips and drink them out and do or something. And what are you bitching about? Shut up. I mean, that may not be the most popular take on the whole thing, but that's my take.
There's definitely what you call it an uneven distribution in what people know, what people thinks goes into GMing versus playing. Like, of course, you shouldn't play with a bad GM, like someone who's abusive or the like. But like, you can definitely see that Wizard of the Coast has stopped.
Well, you got to define abusive, though, Dean.
But you can see like that Wizard of the Coast stopped what you call the teaching GMs like after third edition, not 3.5, but like third edition.
Because, I mean, there has been a time or two in my history as a DM that I've had to go across the table on somebody.
Oh yeah, that's different. I mean more like okay, time to think for definitions.
And then there was a couple of times that my brother's Hungar's character killed another guy's character.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of people won't like that, but I allowed PvP in my D&D game.
Yeah.
Like if one player decided they just really hated another character, if one character really hated another character, as long as they weren't fighting in real life, yeah, I mean, your dwarf Bow Rager can absolutely kill that evil wizard who's trying to pretend he's not evil, but keeps acting evil shit all the time. You know,
Yeah.
it just is what it is, right?
But I suppose like the only way you can like really define an abusive GM in a way that's consistent is like imagine someone who will be abusive like in any kind of relationship, but he is hiding it behind like the game.
Okay.
So like other kind of abuses you would find in other relationship, but they're hiding in the game.
Well, here's the thing. I've dated women that like to have their hair pulled and like to be choked, so I'm still not sure what's up. I'm just messing with you, Dean.
Oh, I know.
Except
wait,
I'm
I
not.
forgot.
I mean, I
wait,
have
I
dated
forgot it.
women like that, but I know what you're saying. Man.
Yeah. And sorry, I
Just
forgot I didn't have my camera on. There we go. Now you can see if I'm being deadpan or not.
Right. Yeah, there's some weird women out there, man. I dated one that liked to get hit in the back with a jacket that had big buttons on it while we were doing it.
I mean,
And
I
it's a
suppose
certain
that is a cheap
position and
way to integrate whips.
like I was saying earlier, the vampire LARP community was very like hand in glove with the BSDM community.
Oh yeah, I heard so many
I mean,
stories.
it was weird, you know, and I'm not into all that shit, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, I know here in Denmark that like so it's not like they like had like an all ages game, but it's basically 13 and up, and they had to like, what do you call it, have a conversation with a few people, because it's like, okay, you're not having sex in the game, but we would like you to put a little more on, a little more clothes, and skip a bit more on the torture. Just say you tortured them.
Right. Yeah, those are some wild people, man. Some wild people. Especially when you're in your mid-20s and you're playing at a university and
Yeah.
you know, it's like, all right, you know, but not really my thing. I outgrew it or whatever.
Yeah, I was technically like, no, let me rephrase that. I never played in Vampire LARPs. I just have friends who have, and there were a few stories.
Yeah,
including the one I just gave.
Well, I know there was an organization in America that was supposed to be in charge of games if you want it to be, called the Camarilla.
Yeah.
And they had to pass a rule that you weren't actually allowed to share your blood with other people, like in real life,
I can see it.
because idiots were giving each other hepatitis.
Yeah, hepatitis or like just any.
Just whatever, bloodborne
Yeah.
disease, AIDS, you know, whatever. And so people had to be like, look, you know, you guys need to calm down with this because yeah.
But yeah, torture was like really a big one. They were like, oh, you're not part of our. Okay, so this, I think it was 5th edition or whatever, you know, like the one where it's not the Camarilla, but like it's all those other weird faction, like the Latin faction and all that.
Right. That
and,
was
and
like
then they would like, what do you
something?
call it? If newbies picked the wrong faction, aka the one that didn't have enough members, they would kidnap them, or rather say, I kidnapped your character. But the problem was just, then they went into much detail on how they did the torture, as opposed to just, okay, do your role against, the interrogation. Yep.
Yeah. You got to be away if you're playing the game with people like that. Like, if they kidnap you and they start torturing you, just laugh in their face and be like, joke's on you, motherfucker. I'm into this shit.
I mean,
Right.
there is that
Like,
I mean, there is that old Reddit joke where like the guy who's kidnapped and he's like driving his CIA interrogator insane because the only thing he can do is moan,
Yeah, be like, I'm
and
into
they
this
still
shit.
haven't found an effective torture method.
But yeah, I will say this. There were a lot of weirdos that played that game. Like a lot of people that under no circumstances were I going to let them know like where I lived or anything.
Fair enough.
And I do remember I started kind of seeing this one chick, and she invited me to come out to her family's property. And I do remember that moment where the idea that I might be driving out somewhere to be murdered crossed my mind, you know? And I
Yeah.
was like, are you sure that you want to get laid this bad? You know, like,
Yeah.
because you really don't know this chick except that she's a gothy into witchcraft chick. So,
It is
you know,
definitely a moment where it's like, haven't I seen this movie before?
and her property was like in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of an orange grove, like way back in an orange.
Second verse, same as the first.
Right. And I'm sitting here thinking, uh, if I get killed out here, no one's going to know. You know, this is Florida in the middle of nowhere, and it could end bad. It didn't. I lucked out, but it could have. So I was not very trusting even of the ladies. I was like, these are some weird people, but still, it was what we all did for like kind of a hobby for a while. And then I found Warhammer, and I was like, yes, screw all that vampire shit. I'm painting Space Marines. Let me tell you, the getting laid thing went way down at that point.
That is true. A lot.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily, how should we say, like anti-woman, like if they see, like, oh, you have like a what do you call it? What do you call it? Oh yeah, this shelf for these pretty figurines. But like if you start telling them about the lore and this is what the character is, then they dry up.
Dry up. That's the right statement for it too, right? Like when a chick comes into the comic shop, the last thing she wants to hear is how your Blood Angels army is awesome. And this is Dante. He's like the leader of the chapter, and he's so bad at. Yeah, you're done. You're not ever get. But you know, I waited till I got married to get hardcore into Warhammer, so you know it worked.
Fair enough.
It worked out.
Wait, the first, second, or third time?
The end of the first, during
Fair
the
enough.
second, and up till I had decided I wasn't playing 40K anymore. Now I say this as I'm squinting over my desk, gluing tiny little Imperial Guardsmen onto their tiny little round bases. Because now I play Legions Imperialis, which is 30K but at 8mm scale or some shit.
Ah.
But yeah, the first wife hated gaming entirely, any kind of gaming.
Yeah, she was apparently that personality where like
she hated all my friends too.
Yeah. That personality where like some women have where like they can't stand a man being happy.
Yeah, kinda. And boy, did she have the worst way of getting even with me if I hung out with people she didn't like. She'd just go behind my back and sleep with them.
Oh.
Which pretty much fixed that, you know, because I'd be like, well, I'm not hanging out with that guy anymore.
I mean, it is a good litmus test. It's just kind of unfortunate how it happens.
Well, the problem I had, and I always admit this, is one, I was super. My personality was the personality that I did not fail at anything. And I considered divorce to be a failure. And as a result, I basically tortured myself for multiple years with this person. But eventually, she did finally get me to that spot where I was like, you know what? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I was done. Now, the second one, she also hated gaming entirely. But she's a lot better about it. You know what I mean? Like, but she was always trying to make me prove that I loved her more than gaming.
Yeah.
So like she would know I was playing Warhammer with my brother, say at a specific time. And that's when she'd decide we should sit down and watch Dawson's Creek or some shit.
Oh dear.
And if I didn't do it, then obviously I don't love her. Plus, she was Puerto Rican and really hot blooded. And then
Yeah.
I would get, a whole earful.
Yeah, I am aware Puerto Ricans. There's two stereotypes I heard about. First up, they are some of the most hot-blooded Latinas,
They are.
whether they're more on the white or the native spectrum. And then there is what do you call it? They speak Spanish like they're on a time limit.
They speak Spanish like they just been smoking crack. Like if you know Mexican people and you hang out with Mexican people and a Puerto Rican comes up and starts going off the Mexicans, like, what?
Yeah.
Or as they would say, gay. They'd be like, slow down. I don't know. I mean, but that's just the way, that rolls. I mean, she was super hot, but she ended up being a whore too, because, she was constantly testing to see if I loved her the most. And eventually she just decided to go on and do her own thing. So I was like, fuck. And then my third wife, because I'm not counting all the girlfriends in between these things, I met her at a D&D game. And she was playing. So, and we hit it off and started talking. And then she started playing Dark Age of Camelot online with me. And she became my druid, my healer, because I played a warrior.
Take it back to the a previous conversation, how there was always women playing the druid.
Yeah. That is true. As a person who's played every MMO just about since EverQuest, so many times, if it's a healing class, it's a woman playing it. I don't know why. It just is that way. And she was pretty much the best healer on the server for, I don't know, we played 8 years together. And I was one of the top ranked heroes on the server because they called the heavy fighter in Hibernia a hero. And because in Dark Age Camelot, it's a 3-way realm war between Hibernia, which is basically mythic Ireland, Midgard, which is mythic Scandinavia, and then Albion, which is mythic King Arthur shit. And I played Ireland, and then for a little while I played Midgard, but never Albion, because screw those assholes.
So do you say screw them because there was actually a stereotype behind the player, or is it just...
I didn't like the classes. I didn't like the realm. I just didn't like anything about it,
That's fair.
What I actually, when I played Midgard, I played a character class called a Shadow Blade, which is a stealthing assassin. And I was such a murderer that they ended up nerfing the class because of what I did. Because I found a way to exploit the left axe ability Blizzard. And so I wouldn't even bother stealthing sometimes. I just run up to an enemy fighter and just kill his ass.
I mean,
and after people whined enough about it, they ended up nerfing left axe all to shit.
Yeah, I mean, there is the old saying that who needs to be stealthy when there is no one left standing.
Right. And then when that happened, I practically had to quit playing Midgard because the other class that shared the left axe skill were the Berserkers. And they all blamed me personally for getting left axe nerfed. So now their characters went from being like badass dual wielding with axes to like being kind of gimpy. And they blamed me specifically. And I was like, I'm going back to Hibernia. Because Hibernia was always the weakest of the 3 classes. So no one could blame me for shit in Hibernia. We were lucky to win anything, And the most OP was Albion. They were OP'd all to shit. But then it turned out all the people at Mythic Games had characters in Albion. Like from the owner of the company all the way down. They all played Albion.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And then they sold out to EA and they tried to make Warhammer Online and it sucked balls. And they all played the Order side, and Order was so OP that everyone just quit that game. And now, if you want to play it at all, there's a Russian private server which actually fixed everything, and it's a lot of fun to play now. But
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of ironic that like they had the opposite problems of like the end times, where the problem there was that like chaos was forced to win.
what they did is everyone in this game played Order, and so they put out a patch once that made it where dots could crit. So what they would do is you would have like a dwarf engineer and a bright wizard, which is in Warhammer the fire wizards, right?
Yeah.
And the dwarven engineer would throw down a turret, and then the bright wizard would cast their AoE dot, targeting on the turret, which would cause everyone within however meters to get hit by it. And then that dot would crit, and it would kill like full-on heavy armor fighters that got like 3,000 hit points. They just get whacked by one guy. So the Order side could literally have 2 characters in a castle, and you couldn't take that castle because of that. So everybody just quit. It went from like 1 million subscribers to nobody in a month. How you doing, Bear? What's up?
No, I got all my shit done, so I saw you were still on, so I thought I'd come back and, hang out with you and the Danish sociopath.
Sociopath, mind you, I'm not intelligent enough to that. I'm just a psychopath.
You don't strike me as a psychopath, sir.
I'm never quite sure what the difference between the two are.
Psychopaths take pleasure from causing chaos and damage. Sociopaths don't understand human emotions and therefore mimic them for survival.
I would probably be closer to the second then.
You think you're a sociopath?
I do know that a lot of times I pretend to be like everyone else so that, I can fit in.
Fair enough.
But I don't ever try to do anything mean to anybody or anything. But a lot of time, I'm actually just a loner. So when I do hang out with you guys, because it helps me do what I'm doing, you're seeing me really project an image that isn't really me very, very much at all.
Well, Viking concepts and culture was based on psychopaths, right?
Was
The
it?
idea was that every so often you have to send your psychopaths out to kill people to get it out of their system so they can come home and be a productive member of society. But then every year or so, it's like, all right, we're sending them out again because they're getting a little fucking antsy in the pantsy,
Well, you know how that syrup does.
Get all hopped up on that syrup.
So anyway, not counting the Martian heavy tanks that are in the front there, this is what I have gotten done while I've been hanging out with you guys, which is just a shit ton of Imperial Guardsmen. And that's not even, oh no, it is counting. Here's the Sentinels. So,
do you actually play or do you just paint?
I actually play this game, believe it or not.
When and where?
On my table, which is massive. I think you might have seen pictures of it. And whenever my brother, the one that was over yesterday, wants to,
okay,
or whenever Hungar comes down, when Hungar visits, it's just like nonstop from the minute we wake up in the morning, cussing each other out and playing games. That's
nice.
a lot of times it's Battletech because he is a Battletech fanatic. I don't know why, because he never wins. Maybe 1 out of every 100 games. Plus, I call all of the pilots of his mechs really disparaging terms that would get me banned pretty much everywhere.
Do you call them dumpster babies?
It gets in his head, because I'm like, so that's your Lance commander. I've heard blah, blah. I just make shit up about him. And Hungar will be like, and also, if you want to be really good at Battletech, you have to be really good at statistics, and he is not. Because, everything in Battletech statistics, how to mitigate.
Hey, Castles and Crusades is giving away their Player's Handbook 7th printing PDF for free.
Damn, they did that like a year or two ago.
Well, they're doing it again.
Well, I mean, if you don't own the PDF, it's not a bad idea. It might be something somebody might actually like, love even. I mean,
Yeah, if you want to share it with your people.
yep. I mean, I already own it, so I'm not going to run out and get the PDF since I've got the PDF plus the books. But yeah, that's a
Yeah, Castle Crusades is one of those games where I probably need to sit down and play with someone because I just don't get it.
well, you don't. I mean, it's just like D&D.
I mean, more like the rules that I don't get it. Like,
Are you talking about the siege engine part?
not, well, technically, yes. It's more just like I don't get why are we playing this instead of any other version of D&D.
Because the trolls are awesome people.
Because yeah, Dave Chenault and his brother are really nice guys. Steven, and they don't have a 6th or 7th edition. It's the 7th printing. I mean, so it's the same Castles and Crusades as it was 20 years ago when I bought the first printing. And it plays very, very similar, kind of to a very stripped down 3rd edition, except they have this siege system where you pick basically 3 attributes. And anytime you want to do something that would be like a skill, like climb a tree, the DM would be like, okay, that's like a dex check, and that determines the target number you have to beat to do the thing. But otherwise, I mean, you're rolling versus armor class and doing X amount of damage, and mages cast spells, and
Yeah, I just don't see how it's a stripped down version of 3rd edition.
It's very good.
Well, because other than the siege engine, it's just 3rd edition, but very stripped down without a lot of the extraneous bullshit.
It's more than that. It's legitimately thought what the 3rd edition by Gygax would have been, because he knew them and he worked with them a lot and stuff like that, and he approved of it.
Yeah, that's fair. If Gygax had wrote 3rd edition, it would be Castles and Crusades.
I mean, that I can see. It's just I don't. When I read it, I don't like really see that. Oh, this is like what's his 3rd edition.
People play Castles and Crusades a lot of times because they like the Troll Lords and the whole company is good, or they really hate all the other options. That's pretty much it. Now, I bought it because I like the Troll Lords. I used to be on their private when they had a BBS and all that. And, they're great people, and it's a really easy to run, fun game. Yeah, it's got all the best parts of 3rd edition, but it still kind of feels like you're playing, like AD&D, but you're not. You know what I mean? But it has that old school feeling,
Yeah. I mean, I do.
You take it back, TCG, and you shut your filthy horn mouth, sir.
Bear has become a Norska bear, which in Warhammer Fantasy is Russia. That's true.
I know what Norska is, but I am not a Norska bear. Thank you.
That is true, though. You have the Norskins, who are basically chaos worshippers, and then you have the Keslevites, who are pretty much the Warhammer version of Poland, because they have stars and all that. But getting back to Castles and Crusades, yeah, it's just an option out there for people who have decided that all the other options are not their cup of tea. That's all. If you wanted to actually get into a lot of detail about the game, really you need to hang out with DM Bloodworth. He runs the game like a lot. He's like, Richard DM Bloodsworth, RPG Unchained. You know who I'm talking about now?
Yes, I do know a Bloodworth. I knew him before I knew you.
Well, there you go then. That is your guy. Now, here I'm going to show you. These are the homage covers for Castles and Crusades. You'll notice it looks like just an updated version of AD&D Monster Manual 1st edition.
Yeah.
And then I've got the Castle Keeper's Guide, which didn't exist when I got into the game. They were always promising to make it, but it took them like years and years, and you can see the Efreet is coming through, and you've got the female over here and the male warrior and plate mail getting ready to fight the Efreet. A lot more action covered. So that's like your DMG first edition. And then, of course, you've got the Player's Guidebook, which has the same group of adventures. You'll notice the lady ranger, whatever she is, and the guy in the armor. And it's just like the Player's Handbook AD&D first edition. They've just finished killing monsters, and they're prying gemstones out of some kind of altar's eyeballs and shit.
Yeah.
And if you flip it over, you can actually, just like in the AD&D one, you can see them dragging dead lizard men away. Because apparently lizard men were here, and they killed them, and now they got the thieves up there trying to get the eyeballs out. Now, the thing about this game is that, oh, she is an elf. There you go. Okay, that makes sense. All right. It's like, yeah, it's just a different kind of way of looking at D&D. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And the newer books are nice because they're actually on like this slick, good paper, and every time they do a reprint, they fix misspellings and grammatical errors. So it just keeps getting better and better while actually just being the same thing, really. The only thing unique about this game really is the siege system. That's it. And all that is you don't have to have proficiencies and stuff, because you can pick to have strength as your primary attribute. So every time you do anything strength related, instead of needing like a 24 or whatever, you need like a 12. Someone at UPS stole them, I'd be pissed, Coco.
Yeah, they're really expensive in Canada, sadly.
I just feel so bad for you guys. It makes no sense. You're literally an invisible line away from Buffalo. So why should it cost so much money to send something somewhere? Like I can send something to Buffalo, New York for nothing. But if I want to send it literally across that invisible line, all of a sudden everybody's getting F'd in the A about shit. It's like, I hate that. If there's one thing I don't like about your country, that's the thing. That's actually the only thing I don't like.
So the reforged Player's Handbook on Amazon is $98 in Canada.
Yeah, your postal rates are out of control.
No, that's from the warehouse in Canada, sir.
Oh, shit.
It's because they get hit at the border coming in.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got your classes here, right? So assassins, they can wear leather armor, leather coats, padded armor, and they can carry a small shield or pavis, which, if I understand, that's like what crossbowmen in France used to hide behind. And for helmets, they can wear a leather coif. Right? Barbarians can wear any armor, any shield, any helm. Bards, I like the bards in this game quite a bit. They also got a lot of different types of armor that didn't appear in other games. Like in this game, they have Lamellar. Like you can literally have Lamellar armor, which for some reason most fantasy games don't have, even though it was like probably the second most common armor for like 1,000 years. The Vikings wore it all the way to the Chinese. Everyone wore it, except they call it Laminar, still Lamellar. It's just a difference in spelling. The way I'm pronouncing it is the Greek with the 2 L's. But yeah, and then you've got your characters, and they can do stuff, and that's basically it. I mean, if you can get the book for free or cheap, this is a good option as a role-playing game. Plus, the new art in it is actually really good. It's kind of old style, but cool.
Yeah, it's a good game overall if you're going to play a D&D version. Oh, wait, sorry, hang on. D&D is a baby game for children. You can't play D&D. Play a real game. There we go.
Right. All right. I agree with Bear. But if you are going to play a game, this is a great game, I mean, Like the fighter at level 1, you get your weapon specialization. At level 4, you get combat dominance. Then you get another weapon specialization and more combat dominance and extra attacks and more combat. And combat dominance basically just means you get extra attacks against one hit die creatures, 1 or lower hit die creatures.
Yeah.
That's an AD&D rule. Fighters could attack creatures under a hit die or whatever, like half their level of times per round. And this, at 12th level, you basically get 4 attacks if you're fighting orcs or something, But what really rocks is, your base to hit is awesome, and you get a lot of hit points. And really, that's the thing, It's like, that's what I like. You can wear plate mail, have a shit ton of hit points, and every time you swing that weapon, you basically hit. And it goes up to level 24 for classes. So you could eventually become a level 24 fighter with combat dominance 6, meaning you're going to get 7 attacks every round versus 1 hit die or lesser creatures. I don't even know why I got this out. I'm not trying to sell it on you. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But
that's the thing. I don't know if I like it or not. I just
it has the knight class in it, which is something every freaking game should have.
Yeah,
If
you
it's
just
a
grab yourself
fantasy
the
game
PDF,
set
man,
in a
for free.
medieval period, why is there no knight?
that's what the fighter is for.
Nope.
Exactly.
Because the knight has to actually take an oath that he has to follow. The fighter
Again, but that's not a character class necessity. That's a social role-playing thing.
Oh my God! Says the guy who thinks the Cavalier's the best AD&D class. Shut up.
Well,
All right.
isn't the oath there tied to gameplay mechanics?
Yeah. Well, knights. Okay, you know how that fighter gets like combat dominance and shit. Knights get bonuses for like fighting from horseback and jousting and shit like that. So that's kind of the big difference. You're not wrong. If you got to choose what bonuses you got, like through feats or something, then yeah, fighter would be fine. But if you want to play a dude with like a chivalric code that is good at jousting and shit like that, you play a knight. If you want to play a buff and burly fighter in plate mail with a great sword running around whacking people, play a fighter or even maybe a barbarian. Except the barbarian has a lot less of the combat dominance and a lot more of the I can survive in the wilderness kind of shit, Yeah. Like I grew up in the mountains of Kentucky. I can climb cliffs and, whatever. And then the ranger is like that, except less combat oriented, but way more survival oriented. You also have a class called Scald that you can play, which is different than a bard. So yeah, it's a good game. Why you should play it rather than any other D&D game, I don't know. That's a hard question, Dean. Because you love the Troll Lords. You think they're great. You met them at a con. They were super cool Southern boys from Arkansas. And you're like, hell yeah, man. I like these guys. I don't know their politics because they go out of their way to keep politics out of their damn games.
Yeah.
And that's something they stand on for sure. They're like, look, this is a role-playing game. We're not pushing any shit on you. No one's pushing anything on anybody. If you want to play the game, play it. Be as left as you want. Be as right as you want. They don't care. They're just trying to sell a game you will like. And they're constantly improving it. But, I've got the first printing, and I could absolutely run a completely good Castles and Crusades game with the first printing book. I don't have to buy any other one. I only bought those because I love the covers.
Yeah.
That's a good thing because, as a Warhammer player, it does suck every 3 years, them coming out with an entirely new edition that changes every freaking thing. It's like, I just figured out how to play the last edition. Fuck, And D&D's doing the same thing with their 5.5. Give me a fucking break. That's 6th edition. And it sucks. But like I said earlier, 5th edition, if you're just using 3 core books, it's not bad. Ignore all the optional rules. Get rid of
No
short
feats,
rests.
no multi-classing.
Yeah, get rid of multi-classing, short rests, feats, all that bullshit, skills, all that bullshit, and just play the game. And it's a good game. It's actually a really good game.
Or alternately, just play BX and add advantage and disadvantage.
Or ultimately play any version of D&D and add advantage and disadvantage.
Just
I
BX
mean,
is my favorite edition.
Well, BX is my favorite edition too because it's the first edition I got. So I got those.
I just find it the
nostalgia
easiest
feelings.
it's the easiest to modify. It doesn't break every time you add something to it or take
That
something
is-
away.
That is a fact.
That is true, because anyone who has tried to do anything with the watches D&D,
Oh,
Yeah.
it
the
always
map breaks
breaks at
very
some
quick.
point.
Oh yeah, that shit's gonna break the second you change even the most minor rule. It's like, yep, you effed up. Now it's broke. Good job. BX, you could do anything with BX, man. That shit just runs.
You can add
You
a
know?
percentile skill system. You can do whatever you want, and it'll just take it and go, okay, thanks.
Yep.
OSE proved that hands down.
Yeah, it did, because OSE is just BX that's better organized.
OSE advanced, I should say.
Either one.
But I just think OSE advanced added what they wanted from AD&D and didn't break the game, surprisingly.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you know, all that shit we liked, like feats and weapon proficiencies and crazy classes, let's just do that. And the system was like, all right, it's all good. We're just going to keep running. You know, cannot agree with Bear more than what he's saying right this second. He is 100% spitting facts. And that is why Moldvay Cook is so awesome. You know, it's also why so many D&D clones are based on BX, because
It works.
it just works, man. You can make a freaking future game, a post-apocalyptic game, a sci-fi game, whatever you want, and use BX. It will work. And as an example of that, everything without numbers. Every single game made by that guy, Kevin Crawford, all of his
Crawford the
without
Greater?
numbers games, the basic bones is BX. And he added like a skill system, but the skill system he added is Traveler. But it still works because in his skill system, your skills start at 0, just like Traveler, and you roll 2 dice 6 and add your bullshit. And if you beat the number, you did it. So it's basically classic Traveler skill system thrown into BX and then set either in the far future or after a nuclear holocaust or whatever, you know. So yeah, good stuff, man. I mean, the guy made it happen. I love it. I absolutely love it. I am seriously tempted to try and talk the guys into maybe skipping the superhero game for a minute and going straight to a Mad Max game using Ashes Without Number, which is again, you know, a without numbers game, so you already know.
Yeah.
And if I do that, I plan on implementing zombie apocalypse, nuclear war, mutants, and also highway raiders. And setting the game like 100 years after the apocalypse hit, and just letting the characters, you know, go buck wild with it, you know. And then also, one thing that's cool about the game, and I've mentioned this multiple times, is when the character gets their starting gear, they have the random starting gear they roll. But then if they own car keys, then they get a car too. And I kind of dig that, you know. It's like, you get a car. Try not to die. No? You don't care for that?
Oh, So unrelated to that completely, I think I'm gonna hit the bed.
Right.
The Danish sociopath strikes again.
Like, this game is so cool, though. If you choose to play a zombie apocalypse game, you can take a special ability that makes you immune to zombie bites, so that if the plague is passed that way, you don't got to worry about it. But in my game, it's just everybody already has it, and when they die, they just come back.
But if you bite the zombie, does it then turn into a human?
No, if you buy a zombie, you actually get it. In most of those kind of rules, but like I said, in mine, I'm going with more of the Walking Dead rules where everybody's infected. It just doesn't take effect until you die, and then your body reanimates and comes
Did that show
back.
ever end, or did it get canceled?
I don't know. I stopped watching it shortly after Negan beat the Asian guy to death with a ball bat. Like, literally, that episode was the last one I watched. I was like, yeah, this has got too real for me. I'm out. You know, I was like, yeah, not doing it. Sorry.
Yeah, you guys have a good one. Good night.
Yeah, I got to bounce out too. My show starts in 45 for the Claricon updates. I'm going to go.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Are you going to be on with Father Aaron?
Yeah, he's coming by for that. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I know what I'll watch in a couple minutes.
Ooh, about 45 minutes you got. So there we go. 9 p.m. we start.
Well, I'm just putting a Volkite culverin for one of my Titans, and then I'm out.
All right.
But I really want to get this weapon done.
No worries. See you later.
See you, homie. Well, it's just the 8 of us. And you know what I'm doing? I'm building a Volkite culverin, or whatever the Volkite gun for a Warhound Titan is. The thing is, I built this one with the Volkite culverin and the missile pod, and then I decided in hindsight I didn't like the missile pod, which just popped off. So that makes it even easier. Okay. Because the other one that I've already painted has the dual like mega melters and the missile pod. And I was like, I don't know if I like, I mean, honestly, I've never used either of those in a game, so I don't even know. I might be screwing up. They might be the best, things in the game, but I'm all like, yeah, I just don't care for it. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my thing, right? So what I'm going to do, because this is what I did with all my 30K big boy armies, is I'm probably going to, well, I'm not probably, I'm 100% going to. I don't know why I always say probably when I mean definitely. I'm going to give one of these guys double culverins, which will absolutely make it. If I understand how culverins work, it will make it an actual, just an infantry murdering machine. Because the Volkites have a rule called deflagration, if I'm saying that right. And what it basically means is every time you cause a casualty with it, any other enemy unit within a certain range of the unit you caused a casualty to has to make a roll or be a casualty also. Because this weapon actually superheats whoever you shoot with it and literally causes them to explode because of all the superheating and whatnot. And then, so really good against infantry and pretty damn good against armor too. So, whereas the rocket pods are good because they're AoE, which means if you've got your opponent's trying to be slick and hide in buildings and stuff, your rocket pod ignores cover. It's just like whatever. See, now this is a long time. Coco, you may not even be here to hear this, but in the United States, right? If you order something from UPS and then it doesn't show up for whatever reason, most of the time they will send you a new one. I've had that happen. As a matter of fact, it happened 4 times one time, and they kept sending out the new stuff, and it kept not showing up. And eventually, they said, okay, we're sending this out, but you have to pick it up from the nearest UPS store. At which point, the people I was sending it to got it, because what ended up happening is the UPS people were delivering to the wrong mailbox. And some scumbags up in Kentucky were stealing my nephew and niece's Christmas presents that I was sending them, right? And that scumbag, I hope that they really enjoyed, 3 doses of my nephew and niece's Christmas presents, because they stole literally 3 deliveries of Christmas presents I had bought. But UPS made it better. They made it right. And then my brother just had to drive into, I think, Somerset, which is a good drive, but he just had to drive into Somerset and actually pick up the package. So, yeah, there was, yeah, the kids got their Christmas presents. And who knows, maybe the person who stole the other Christmas presents, maybe they were really poor and they had a bunch of kids and they couldn't buy them any Christmas presents, which does not in any way excuse them from thieving. But, I mean, I'd hate to think it was somebody with no kids that was just being a freaking douche. I'd like to hope that if you're going to be that kind of person, you have at least, there's a reason to be that kind of person. But I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they were just assholes. Maybe all the stuff I was sending to my nephew and nieces, they were selling it, to buy more meth or some shit. I don't know. And really, it was the place where my brother was living. His address was on the side of a mailbox that wasn't his mailbox, because his place was behind the first place. So they just kept delivering it to the first place, thinking it was where it was supposed to go, and it wasn't. And yeah, so anyway, that's all I got to say about that. I'm going to get out of here. I have got my Warhound with its double culverin set up. Boy, it's almost like Warhammer stole from BattleTech, right? I mean, obviously, if I had an autocannon on the roof of that, that would be a Marauder. Just, made a little bit more gothic looking, but yeah. So we can add BattleTech to the group of people that Warhammer has stolen shit from. FASA. Anyway, I'm out. Peace and love, guys. Thank you for popping in. Everybody who joined, everybody who watched, etc. Remember, if you have questions about games, I will do my best. Just send me a comment and I'll make a thing. And have a wonderful weekend, since it is that time.